there we go. Now we're better. Yeah.
Okay, welcome back. I guess this is take 2 here. Oh, this is much better.
Yeah.
Way to figure that out. You know what? You know how you could have prevented this?
If I Googled it before and if I was on time.
If you showed up on time.
Yeah, we already
established that.
Yeah.
So.
And I wanted to be here earlier. I was thinking of actually getting here to watch the USA game, but that didn't happen.
So for everyone who's joining us on this
live, we're good.
New live stream, welcome. Kansas State hit a big pass and now hit another pass after the mixed field goal, and it is 7-7, and we got a game in Arlington. What are you drinking? The Dr. Pepper Zero?
No, it's the Diet Dr. Pepper.
The Diet Dr. Pepper. Oh my goodness, that is awful. Hang on, I got a link to post.
Yeah,
K-State just scored. This is kind of weird, breaking the fourth wall.
It is still 7-0 Toledo. But it is still 7-0 Toledo, which I would expect Toledo to have put more points on the board.
Well, again, Ohio did win 9 games this year. Yes, they had a quarterback, but if you're a 9-win football team, you're going to have a good defense.
When does the MAC get into the college football playoff? Is it in 2024?
It is in 2024 would be the earliest time.
A couple updates here. First of all, Blake Corum will undergo knee surgery, probably will be out, but they're hopeful, quote unquote, that he'll be back for the college football championship. Also, after the Rose Bowl announced that they will be hopping on board for the college football national champion, the college football playoff, literally the next day they announced that the college football playoff will be coming in 2024, and that's exactly why NCAA will be coming out in 2024. And I could have told you that.
Well, that's what everyone says, but here's the thing. You're going to come out with a new game every year, so it doesn't matter.
It does matter.
It doesn't.
You want to start off as like, you want the momentum to be like there. And I get it. You know, everybody's up for it or down for it or whatever the case may be, as TCU just decides to run over everybody as their kickoff. So who knows? Give me some of those chips. We're going to be snacking here on the pod because I hunger with the hunger of 1,000 lions.
So for those of you who were with us that are now back with us, welcome back again. Chat is open. So far, we are tied at 7 with 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's a Big 12 title game. It is 7-0 Toledo in the MAC championship game. And we learned that horned frogs are actually lizards and can shoot blood from their eyes.
You already knew that they were lizards, though? So did we learn that? Or did I learn that?
As Duggan's going to do a read option and only gain about a yard, which will take us to the end of the first quarter.
Oh, we're also learning that I'm drinking very old Dr. Pepper.
Very, very old, very disgusting Dr. Pepper.
It's surprisingly not that bad, actually. It's bad.
Oh, we're not that far behind.
No. Once we went to YouTube stream. Yeah. Once we actually did things correctly.
Well, yeah.
I was late.
Yeah, which, is to be expected. Again, you'll be late to your funeral. It's fine.
Could you imagine, right? So you don't have an open casket funeral.
Yeah.
Everybody's mourning you. It just starts. The pastor gets up. It says his first words, prayers thing. And then you just see me kind of like, oh, I'm so sorry. I run up the thing and then I slide in the casket and close it.
Here's how I do it, right? So there's a viewing, right? But you have to go, wherever you were, embalmed or whatever. You got to make it to wherever the viewing is.
Yeah.
Right. You get stuck. That car gets stuck in traffic or whatever. And that's how you're going to be late. And everyone's going to go, classic Simeon. He was never on time when he was alive. Why should he be on time when he's dead?
My casket will be late.
Well, you would be inside of it.
Duh.
I would hope.
Well, I'm also getting cremated, so.
Oh, hey, same.
Yeah, why mess around?
Carrie wants to be made into a tree?
That's pretty dope. I'm more of a jewelry guy myself.
And Carrie makes an appearance. A wild Carrie appears.
You guys
Hello.
took all the food.
Well, you can have some.
We
Hi.
left you some.
Simeon
Super Bowl
is
dip.
drinking the Dr. Pepper. Would you like to taste it? No. You have to.
I know it tastes bad.
Yeah, it tastes very bad. Taste it and live reaction on 4th and 1 live stream of the Big 12 title games as we are both tied at half. Or as we are both end of first quarter.
I mean, it smells like Dr. Pepper.
Yep, it smells good. Yep.
I already know it tastes bad.
Yep, you're going to have to do it. Here it is. Don't swallow loud. Yeah, it's very bad.
You know, it was bad like a long time ago, and I got one and I drank it, and then I thought I had COVID because it didn't taste like Dr. Pepper.
So you didn't throw it out then?
No, I meant to, but I just never did. I told you the last time you were here it was bad and don't
Yeah,
drink
I
it,
forgot
but-
what it was. I assumed you would have thrown it out.
Can you give me a chip or two?
adult. Hold on. Be patient. I'm eating.
I was being patient. I just asked once. Thank you. How's it going?
Well, we had some technical difficulties per usual.
Because he was late, per usual.
Per usual.
You're surprised by that?
To be fair, I didn't know I was going to be late.
Isn't there more of this upstairs?
I don't know. Simeon
There
got
is
it.
more of this upstairs. I did not
Just
take
look
it
on
all.
the stove.
And I also need, like, I don't know. I'll need coffee or I'll be low energy.
This is a good version.
There's a good version. Oh, here. I don't need
It's
the
a
chips.
good ratio.
It's 1-to-1. It's a 1-to-1 ratio.
It's a little bit more creamy than a normal 1-to-1 ratio, though.
And I like the
What type of chili
the
are you guys
bean
using?
kind. Hormel.
It's the Hormel.
It's the Hormel, but
yeah.
this is the Hormel with this has like big meat in it.
With the beans.
No, this one's actually without the beans. That's the only one we had.
Oh, maybe that's what
No,
it
the
is
big
then.
one your mom bought had beans.
Yeah, I used that 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
I wonder.
I eat this a lot. My diet is sad.
where's Robert?
I don't think Robert was ever for two.
This is at a wedding.
Oh,
Wedding.
Carlos.
That's our number one
Carlos's
fan.
sister-in-law is getting married.
No one
And
cares about that.
You could text him.
I'm actually gonna text him. Yes.
Will you do me a huge? I do not care. Yes. Yeah. What? However you think I would want. How I want you.
Where'd his wife go?
To cut her brother-in-law's hair down the road.
Oh.
Then she's gonna come back here and cut your hair at the 4:00 game.
Ah.
After that, so because we were gonna have this live stream, and
Right.
then Carlos was gonna be here,
Right.
but then Carlos wasn't here, so he's betrayed us for his sister-in-law, which is rude. Just in general.
So Duggan's gonna take a snap, and Duggan's got nowhere to go. Now he's gonna throw it downfield and
we did not
over the head of
commentate this
Williams.
much the last time that these two teams played.
No, we definitely did.
I thought we just like bullshitted a little.
No,
bit
we
more.
did not.
Okay, well,
There was a healthy mixture.
okay, well that's pretty accurate for us. I don't like his decision here, Max Duggan's decision here to throw.
There's
this ball.
nowhere to go. It's good defense along the back. In the back.
I think I would have just
5.
thrown this out, or run for 2 yards. Like, good job for the wide receiver to be there for his quarterback as Ohio actually gets yardage here. Excuse me. So Ohio's finally moving the ball.
I think we both took the
Little bit.
over in this situation.
Which game?
The Ohio Toledo
I
game.
feel like I didn't take the over.
I
Unless the over was like 40. If the order,
This one was the one over 48. You definitely.
I
took it.
definitely took the over then.
I took Toledo minus the points.
I think,
or I actually think
we
at that
only
point
disagreed on one team, didn't we?
That's same. TCU, Kansas State.
Yeah, I took TCU, which up until the last 2 drives, it has been TCU, and now all of a sudden the momentum is shifted as people are flying all over the place on these sidelines, bouncing around. So it should be in this case. I think this K-State TCU game is much more interested. Oh, man, he is really small.
Uncle Kevin is currently getting lunch together for the fam. Hope to hop on later as able. So thank you, Uncle Kevin, for being able to do that.
So I hope your food is delicious.
Yeah, yes.
I wish I give you the best wishes in food.
You know what
May
I'm a
you
little.
hunger as
You know what I'm a
1,000
little
wolves.
peeved about right now, though.
What?
Mom and Dad. They're not.
They
on.
must be well, they're not busy. They don't have the kids. They're up at the cabin. So the boys and their granddaughter are up at the cabin.
Deuce Vaughn's gonna run for 8 yards.
Now, Mom did
on
fall
first
off a
down.
stool yesterday.
What?
Yeah, she fell off a stool. My brother-in-law, Cameron, who you helped out and who you will be seeing Monday
Yeah.
for his surgery.
So I heard.
He was coming out of an appointment yesterday, like the pre-op appointment, and ran into Mom and Dad, and apparently Mom fell off a stool and hurt her one of her fingers and one of her toes.
Oh.
So it could be they're just doing that, but also that means worst case scenario, right? Mom's lounging because she's in pain or whatever. She should have us on. I'm a little bit selfish as I lay here making my sister-in-law make me a coffee to see how well she loves me and knows me.
Okay. Well, let's get back to the game a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
Here.
no one else is watching right now.
So Deuce Vaughn did pick up a first
He just
down.
goes flying around. How has he not torn an ACL or something at this point?
Very good quads and calf strength, so they will fake it here. Will
He's
Howard's
running up
gonna
the seam.
look.
They're going to go Deuce Vaughn.
Deuce Vaughn gets flipped down the seam and does not get the pass
Was
completed.
a good throw, though. Oh, the flag. They're going to hit him for targeting. All right. Let's see how good Carey is. Very nice. That's a 10. Oh, is that mint?
It's a peppermint mocha.
It's a peppermint mocha.
Peppermint mocha, iced peppermint mocha.
Girl,
latte.
10 out of 10.
Doogie, how's your day going?
Come here. Pretty great. I got to go outside and poop.
Well, that's
You
a
got
pretty
to
good
go
day.
poop? That's pretty awesome.
Put me down.
No, thanks, Mom.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Love you. Thank you for the coffee. I appreciate you. Oh, Ohio moving the ball down the field. They're now in.
The Michigan
Game
is
isn't
on
on.
at 8. We
It's the
covered this yesterday.
It's the nightcap.
No, TCU big. You asked me yesterday, when is the Michigan game on? And I said tomorrow, among other games.
No, okay. Today you said Simeon's coming over for the game, and I said I thought they'd play it.
Oh, this is a fun.
No, for the noon game.
Per usual, Makai and Carey are arguing in some way or another.
Oh, I see. A classic miscommunication.
That's not targeting, though. That's just a good hit. Oh, Duke, that's a lot of drool that just dripped out of your mouth. It's cut. That's not targeting.
I want wings for dinner.
Ooh, nice.
Why do you want wings for dinner? That's such a weird thing.
Wings are delicious.
Are you forgetting it? All right.
Okay, is this targeting on Max Duggan?
That does not look like targeting on Mac or on. It's
Duggan
not Max
Vaughn
Duggan.
or whoever this guy's name is. Vince Vaughn. What do you think it takes to become like a high school referee?
You to sign your name on a piece of paper.
I feel like that's the case. Maybe do you have to? You think there's probably you have to take a quiz of some kind.
I would think so.
Best game, 69% nice chance to win for.
Deion Sanders gonna take the Colorado gig.
Really?
Yeah.
He's going to the Pac-12.
Yep.
Movie
they
are suited for.
well again he's coming from FC.
Son's coming with him.
I do. I think that his son. I think that 5-star corner he got. He'll probably go with him. They'll probably.
As I'm watching the game here, where was I going with that? In our back, Moose makes me very uncomfortable. All right, 3rd and 7, Big 12 championship. I'm drinking a peppermint mocha.
Will Howard's gonna throw, and it's gonna be incomplete. So
I-
TCU's defense, which has bowed up in recent weeks, gets a 4th down stop, 4th and 7, punting opportunity for the K-State Wildcats.
Now we talked a little bit about this on the podcast. How disappointed are you in the ACC championship?
I am disappointed at that both teams kind of backed their way into the ACC title game. Like they both locked it up many weeks ago, 3-4 weeks ago, and have since then have done nothing but look unimpressive.
In the battle for Ohio, or technically, funny enough, in the battle for Toledo, which I think is what I would call a battle between a rivalry between the state of Michigan and the state of Ohio. Ohio has lost all of its championships games to the state of Michigan.
But Toledo's in Ohio, though.
I know. So this is right now Ohio and Ohio.
Oh, okay,
but
this
I'm
is
saying
Ohio on Ohio crime.
Right, this is Ohio on Ohio crime. I'm saying the last time Ohio was the last 4 times Ohio was in the MAC championship.
Yeah.
They lost to Michigan-based teams, Central Michigan and Western Michigan, respectively. Does that make sense?
That does make sense. Shout out to Mom. T's and P's to Mom. Got the COVID booster yesterday and is kind of feeling the effects of that. So T's and P's from that.
I'm there. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, Dad, and also from earlier, if you are listening now, as we do have one viewer, we weren't, because we got started late, which has been an ongoing thing, and then it wasn't working because we got started late. So we are back now. We are rocking. We are rolling. We're splishing and splashing.
Over the horizon, what do you see? Looks like a new country.
What's that from? Kid? What was that? Kid Rock? Camp Rock? What was that called? Schoolhouse
Rock.
There
you go. We got there. This is Kay Adams in a Dick's Sporting Goods commercial. For those of you,
meanwhile, Ohio's got a goal-to-go situation to tie this game at 7,
which they need, because they've been
just short there.
They've been riding the struggle bus, shall we say?
So it was a handoff. I think we're in review. Is this touchdown here? Oh, that's touchdown, everybody.
Because you only have to break the. Oh, that's definitely touchdown.
That's definitely touchdown. So Ohio, it looks like, is going to tie this thing at 7. Yes, it is confirmed with a touchdown. So Ohio scores a touchdown. It was 6-7 pending the extra point. So we're going to be 7-all here in just a minute in the MAC title game.
I'm really, as the coaching carousel continues to turn. Sorry. I'm interested that Deion Sanders, very different, is going to Colorado of all places.
Well, you could look at it as Colorado is just a stepping stone.
I mean, for sure, but let's look at the coaching carousel. We might as well. 2022, 2023 coaching carousel.
Hugh Freeze, as we are now at both commercials. So we're going to have to fill more time than we did last time.
Yeah, because there are less games on.
Currently, there are only 2 games. We are coming back here. Max Duggan, his deep ball down the sideline, especially to Quentin Johnston, is very pinpoint and accurate, and he's been accurate all game as of this point.
Oh, wait, hold on. We got some more.
So TCU takes over on their own 8-yard line after the K-State punt.
Excuse me.
And last time they were at the 8-yard line, thank you, Chris Fowler, they went 92 yards for a touchdown. So here we go. Duggan going to stand in the pocket. Duggan escaping. Good pressure. Fires over the middle, and he's got Williams.
This is really bugging me that this page won't load. Which
he's got Williams for a gain of 5 or 6. It was 6. I'm looking up Mr. Williams' first name because they've hit him 3 times now. Savion?
Probably Savion.
It's probably Savion. And then Wiley is Jared Wiley. They will give it to Kendre Miller, who hop, skips, and a jump for no gain, as someone was in the backfield. So he had to do a little hop over him like a horned frog, if you will. That is actually a lizard.
He could have gone to South Florida. Let's see. Liberty's open. He wouldn't have gone there. Western Michigan's now open. He wouldn't have gone there. UNLV's open. Obviously, he went to Colorado. He could have gone to Stanford. Those are the only ones opening. So I guess he kind of took what the best things happening, because I guess really this is when coaches are going to be fired. Besides, and he was Johnston.
An incomplete pass goes to Johnston. Go range, missed wide left, and we are now again, and then K-State turned that right into a touchdown on the other side. It has been a punt, and now another punt since the drive here.
Where was
And
Willie
TCU
Taggart?
will take a timeout.
Where was Willie Taggart? Willie Taggart was at FAU. Yes. Tom Herman's at FAU now.
Well, what did they fire Willie Taggart?
They did.
Oh, okay. Well, Willie Taggart has not. He had that one good season he had that good streak of success at USF. Then went to Oregon, had a decent first year.
Mhm.
Then after a year, went to Florida State. Got fired at Florida State. Went to FAU, got fired there. So Willie Taggart's not having a great time.
Not the greatest, as we literally bring up the coaching carousel right now. So
for those of you who don't
just
know,
low energy today.
USA lost to the Netherlands.
Hey,
no shocker there.
Look at you bringing up the other football.
Well,
into the world.
I feel like some people might want to know this. Probably not, because it is soccer.
Or they might already know it.
They might already know it, as it was.
So it turns out that soccer was actually a shortened version, because it went from rugby rules football, because it was all called football.
Yeah.
Then they changed it to rugby rules football and association football. And when during the time, they liked shortening things to like
this is the English.
The English, like shortening things, like the cool thing to do with the kids was to be like, in this case, they called it like ACCR.
Okay.
For association football. You just chopped it off and added
sure.
an ER. So
Yeah.
ACCR. So it just eventually came to be soccer.
Okay.
I don't know
All
how
right.
we got there, but
So Toledo has a 3rd and 9 facing in the MAC championship game. They are on their own 26-yard line. Ohio showing that 9-3 defense, kind of stepping up here. And let's see if Toledo can convert. It's going to take a pass, and no, the ball is batted at the line. They had the running back on a little Texas
like that was
route.
more of a swat than a bat.
What's the difference in between a swat and a bat?
A swat has more of like a downward facing motion, and like a bat has more of like a sideways motion / just in the air, and it's kind of like just with the wrist.
Okay, that's very interesting.
Is that too technical for you?
Well, no, I just didn't. I've never thought about the difference in between a swat and a bat.
I always think about the differences, because there's always chance
so
for
a
comedy.
swat is more up and down.
I feel like yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Kickoff, punt return taken to the 35 of Ohio.
And that's where they will begin their next drive. K-State has also had success in the Big 12. They won the 2003 Big 12 championship game with Dylan Sproles. They won the 2012. They were co-champions that year.
And it was not Dylan Sproles.
It was Darren Sproles.
There you go.
In 03.
Yeah.
Yes, excuse me. Kellen Klein, who is the Kansas State offensive coordinator, was the quarterback during that 2012 co-champion team.
Well, good for him. Look at him returning back. His offense has done a good job. He's made some good adjustments so far, as they're going to get good field position. Thank you.
Fair catch
At
is
about the
called
40, they're going to get
at the
good
40.
field position to start the drive as I stroke it out. Okay, here we go.
Oh, halftime. What do you think about this Dr. Pepper tuition giveaway where, they throw the footballs in the big cans with the holes in the front?
I hate that they allow you to chest pass it.
Oh, yeah.
I think you should have to throw it like a quarterback throws the ball.
100%. Or if that's not fair,
Right.
we change it to kicking.
Kicking
it through the punting it through the uprights. What do you think about that?
I think well, The
All
issue
right.
with that is not to be sexist, and I'm not. Wow, is
Malik
K-State's
Knowles
just
down the
doing whatever
sideline.
he wants to this TCU team. He gets them in the red zone off of one run.
So Knowles goes down from the 40 to the 20 of TCU off of a jet sweep down the right-hand side. Great blocking downfield by the wide receivers. Malik Knowles, he's big, he's tall, he's fast. He's the playmaker on the outside for this K-State team, and they are now in business. And they go, hurry up.
Knowles is the last name out of 10.
Howard,
3,
shotgun,
2,
looking.
1.
End zone! Got a man down at the 2-yard line. It is Deuce Vaughn. The smallest guy up on the field goes up and get it. I'm going to guess they're going to go hurry up and give it right to Deuce Vaughn here.
The answer is 7. Just in case you're wondering, I think Knowles is a pretty
They
solid
do
last
go
name.
hurry up. It's Will Howard on the quarterback keeper, and it's a 14-7 lead K-State.
Listen, this is team football at its finest. Every man on the field has an assignment and needs to know that assignment and needs to execute it personally. This all started with a jet sweep that everybody, and I mean everybody, blocked on. This ended with a misdirect. I'm guessing that was actually a read option, and everybody sold on it, which TCU bought, and now
They go 3 plays, 60 yards in 50 seconds, and it's 14-7 Wildcats. Wow.
now Kansas State's kicking the extra point. I was almost done with my rant.
Well, you literally paused. Just finish.
there. I was.
I thought that you were
Sometimes
waiting
my
for me.
brain needs to catch up. Okay. Sometimes my mouth goes too fast. And my
So
brain has
I
to
picked
catch up.
K-State to win.
That guy looks like Santa.
I think that guy is Santa.
I'm pretty sure
We are
Santa is at the MAC championship.
We are pretty sure we found Santa. Santa.
4
I know
former MAC
him.
head coaches have gone on to win multiple FBS national championships. Who are they? Well, we know one of them's
Nick Saban.
Nick Saban and the other one's Urban Meyer.
Yep.
I know. Didn't Bill Belichick also? He didn't win a national
No.
championship, but he did coach in the MAC, right?
No, I don't think so. Duke is going for a walk, and he's very excited about that, everyone. Okay, so you do have Urban Meyer. You got Nick Saban. Who
Mhm.
else?
I have no idea.
Let's see here. Let's see.
They're going to be older than that, though.
I got to think of everyone who's won a national championship. They are going to be older than those two, and my memory does not go back that far.
Seeing here real quick where Bill Belichick was a coach. I could have sworn he was. Oh, I'm thinking of his time with the Cleveland Browns. I'm sorry.
Well, you know, the Cleveland Browns are basically just a MAC conference football team playing in the National Football League.
You're not wrong.
As Ohio's going to get a little first down run here off of a 2nd and 8, and Ohio's starting to cook a little bit with a backup QB.
Which good for them, honestly. This MAC championship being 7-7 with 5:15 to go in the second quarter.
Two
Not
really
what I
solid
was-
games.
Not what I was expecting
What
at
were
all
you
from
expecting?
this. I was expecting a little bit of a shootout because that's how it was last year, if my memory serves correct, between Kent State and Northern Illinois. I believe.
Well, you had the stats up earlier. You should have just checked the score real quick.
You
So it
know,
is 1st and 10.
very valid.
It's play action down the left sideline into double coverage, and it's picked off by Toledo at their 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's the
So
MAC.
Toledo? Is it Toe?
More like Toledo.
Toledo got a turnover. See what I did there?
I did.
I don't even see what I did there. Threw it up in double coverage. Thought he looked off the safety to that side. Did not. Incredible closing speed by the safety. And so Toledo is back in business.
For the record, I was right. It was Kent State in
Northern Illinois.
last year. Yeah. Hold on. Sorry. I picked up the wrong thing. I want results. The score last year was 41-23.
Hey,
Yeah.
well, look at that, everyone. So Toledo's going to get a little jet sweep action going, and flag is on the play, gain of 2. We are back here in Arlington now with K-State about to kick it back.
If it wasn't
To the
for our
Horny
jeans, it kind of
Frogs.
just looks like we were floating heads on your couch.
Yeah.
because this camera kind of sucks a little bit.
Well, but we are wearing kind of the same color sweatshirts as the couches, so we do kind of tend to blend in here.
I'm a floating head. Ooh.
Demario Davis tries to bring it out and only gets a 20-yard line.
I really want to know what that fun fact was, so we have to keep an eye on this.
It'll come back, and well, Chris Felica, I think, is going to hit us with another attractive trivia question.
Here we go. We're pausing for the Aflac trivia question.
So how many teams ranked third in the next last CFP have failed to reach? Well, TCU's one of them.
No, TCU reached their first year.
No, they didn't. They made the Peach Bowl. I covered this while you were gone, I think.
Oh, okay. I remember.
So TCU's one of them.
Who replaced them?
It was Ohio State. Kendre Miller's going to break free and get a first down after a 15-yard gain. And we are at TCU. Kind of got something low going, ticking inside 10 minutes now.
Here's the Woody Hayes, Ara Parshian, Urban Meyer, and Nick Saban.
Okay, so we knew 2 out of those 4.
High five.
High five. That's 50% credit there.
That is pretty good.
For the TC, I'm going to say 2. I don't know who the second one would be, but I feel like there's another one. Dug in over had a wide open Tay Barber and just missed him. Pressure in his face. He's been off of the edge.
Ever since the first 2 drives, he's been floating these balls when he's had these receivers.
Well, he was going to get crunched there, kind of felt it. Got to put that on the money, though, as Mott just crunched him.
Crunch? Why not
Crunched?
Crush?
No, crunched is worse than crushed.
I mean, I agree. I just think crunched is a fun word to say in general as well. And so I just more wanted to double check.
So we are 2nd and 10.
I was very confused why San Jose State was playing Arkansas this week.
Duggan gonna fire, and right now K-State secondary holding up very well against the
and this is what I thought.
passing attack of TCU.
I thought that the wideouts were going to be an issue for K-State, but K-State obviously has adjusted well. So that means their offense has adjusted, their defense has adjusted. There are just all sorts of adjustments going on, and TCU has yet to find.
Listen, it's hard to beat a team twice, unless if you're Utah and USC, and then you just smoke them both times. Well, just the one time because you had to win on the 2-point conversion. So it brings up a critical 3rd and 10 here because TCU's defense has kind of been bending and breaking late. Duggan takes a snap. Duggan got a lot of room in front of him and cannot get there after a scramble of about 4. So it brings up 4th and 6, and this feels like a punting situation, even though you don't want to.
So if you're K-State here, you want to go down the field and get another touchdown.
Right before half? Yes, absolutely.
And preferably waste time. Just eat clock. Eat it like you're the Cookie Monster, who never actually eats anything. He just crushes the cookies in his mouth.
There you go. So that was, they rushed 3, dropped 8, played some zone. The 8 in the secondary played very well. Now, the Horned Frogs have an FBS high 8 come from behind wins.
It's a lot of
in their second half. So here we go. Answer to the Aflac trivia question. How many teams ranked 3rd in the next last CFP have failed to reach the college football playoff?
I think it's 3.
It's just 1, and it's TCU. And
Whoa.
TCU is ranked 3rd. Will this be a repeat? I'm thinking not. I think even if they lose a close game to K-State today, they are in. Ohio State is in at this point in time.
You think it's locked up?
I think it's locked up.
Well,
now,
let's just go ahead and take a meander over at the
committee,
who's been failures this
year,
who
loves the SEC, could maybe take out TCU and put in Alabama. That would be quite heartbreaking to everyone. I'm going to take a quick pee break here. Deuce Vaughn just rushed for 8 yards, so it's 2nd and 2. K-State's been moving their last 2 drives. Simeon, take it away.
Do you think we can take a streaming nap? Like a group nap all together on the stream?
I'm sure that has been done before.
Pretty dope. I'm looking at the college football playoff year rankings again, and we obviously covered this on yesterday's episode of the 4th and 1. Is the ACC soft? as I'm forgetting the quarterback's name, overthrows his big tight end who had his coverage beat for Kansas State. And the interesting thing is they played a man here and played no one over help on the top. So it was a great read. He had two guys open because they've just been running these seam routes. Kansas State have, and they've, unless you're playing press man on seam route, even if you're playing press man, you're going to get a step or two. So they go and they just get the first down. They convert a 3rd and 2 after taking a shot down the field. Again, ever since the first drive, basically, Kansas State has adjusted. TCU hasn't. Looks like we're getting an injury update here on Kansas State by Holly Rowe. Shout out to Holly Rowe for putting in work all these years as, oh my gosh, a Toledo player got lit the F up by an Ohio player getting hit out of bounds. It was totally legal. And back up to the Kansas State game as the Big 12 championship game. They rush for about 3 yards, 2 yards. Really depends on what everything is. Okay, so top 10. Again, we covered this on yesterday's episode of the 4-1 podcast. Top 4 we know, and we know number 4 lost last night. Georgia, Michigan, TCU, USC, then Ohio State, Alabama, Tennessee, PSU, Penn State, Clemson, KSU. So this is kind of what me and Micaiah are thinking, and this has been our theory as Kansas State gets a 3rd and short as they try to, as I said, chew up the clock and one of their players is down. So this is a great time as one of Ohio's players was down. So my theory is we have 2 11-1 teams. Well, now one's 11-2. The committee has been pretty good at not putting in a 2-loss team. So good for them. Keep it that way, in my opinion. So you put Ohio State in over USC. That's a 1-loss, 11-win team, assuming that Michigan and Georgia is. Then it would be a 12-1 TCU team that you'd also be putting in, which I also think better than most of the 10-2 teams, or an 11-2. So a 1-loss team more likely to make the playoffs, and I think that's what's going to happen here. I think we're going to be looking at a UGA, Michigan, TCU, OSU team. I think it's going to be Michigan against TCU, or even possibly Michigan against, assuming Michigan and Georgia both win, they have to be 1-2 as the only undefeateds left. So it's going to be, I think, a Michigan, TCU, Georgia, Ohio State, which sets up a possible Michigan, Ohio State. Highly doubtful, but definitely matchup of last year's semifinal against Michigan, Georgia, because if TCU is looking very vulnerable today compared to Ohio State. Now, what sort of adjustments can TCU make is in the second half is the question. Yes, thank you, Robert. We already knew that Dion went to.
No, he says it's dumb.
What happened is KSU's slowly eating the clock and is going down the field.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great.
And an Ohio player got lit up before he was able to get out of bounds, and it looked really cool.
For those of you on the live stream, hello. Drop a hello in the chat so we know you're in here. Drop any questions you want. We'll answer them to the best of our knowledge. We are live streaming the only 2 games, which are the MAC championship and the Big 12 championship. We're tied at 7 in the MAC. It's a 14-7 lead for K-State in the Big 12. We do have a like now, or was that you who liked it?
No, I didn't like it.
Okay, well, thank you to whoever liked this live stream. Hello, Father! The father is in!
The father is in after pushing our mother down the stairs.
After we trash talked him for a good 10 minutes.
For the record, for the
just kidding, we didn't actually
social worker.
Hey, mom's in. Hello.
For the social worker listening to this, my father did not actually push my mother down the stairs. My mother is just a ditz and sometimes falls off stools.
How many times has she fall off stool? I feel like that's the only time she's fallen off a stool.
Well, she has actually fallen down the stairs one time, and I think that's when she broke her pinky toe.
No, that was Dad.
No, Dad's falling down the stairs too. They're both kind of ditzes.
I think that's just called being a human being and falling downstairs.
I have never fallen downstairs
You've
before.
never fallen down the stairs.
Not a full effing flight of stairs.
I've my foot slipped and I've fallen right on my butt down,
No, that's-
6 or 7 steps.
I've fallen while walking down the stairs, but
Tripped on a blanket walking downstairs. See, I told you.
okay, that's a
So-
little bit more respectable, Dad.
Okay, but it's not respectable to just fall downstairs.
No, it does make you a ditz. though,
I
for
don't
sure.
think. Well, I think that's just makes
Says
you
the
a human
ditz.
being. Okay, well,
There's a reason you're a
At
nurse.
least I can be on time to things.
I'm sorry that my
Anyway,
life is-
K-State picks up a first down, and now TCU's gotta kind of feeling the sweat on the brow.
that
But
felt
again,
really nice.
they are a
actually.
second half team.
I need to get. Yes, the football games are kind of boring, Dad. I'm not going to lie to you.
No, the football games are not boring. He just doesn't want to watch them today for whatever reason.
No, I mean, listen.
Listen,
I'm
Linda.
waiting for the second half to see what adjustments TCU makes because right now Kansas State.
But the game can be won and
102
lost
rushing
right
yards.
here. If they go up 14 here, K-State's offense been looking pretty good, and their rush.
That's what I'm saying. They're running the ball
very down, my
so that
goodness.
they can
My
eat up
dude.
the clock and go into the second, probably two scores up. So what adjustments is TCU going to make at the half? The Ohio Toledo game has been a defensive fest, which neither you or I were expecting, but it has still been a relatively good, mid-tier football game. As what is this? Toledo guy literally just loses them yards by running back across the field. That's how you get benched, sir.
So it's a little play action. Will Howard is sacked, and that's a big sack on 2nd and 4, which will make it a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. TCU can maybe get a stop here and get the ball back before half.
that one guy in a cowboy hat kissed his friend on the forehead. That would be huge for TCU because if TCU can get a stop here, which they haven't been able to yet,
On the last 2 drives, yes.
yeah, and get a punt, which they're at about the 47 right now.
Yeah.
Those dude looks like Bros so hard.
Ooh.
Did Bros just go to TCU apparently?
All righty, so big 3rd and 7 here from the TCU 44-yard line. It will be a tunnel screen, and it's a missed tackle, and it's going to be just short. So it's going to bring up a
I'd go for it
4th
here.
and 1. Simeon, I'm with you. I would go for it as your defense has been playing well.
Listen, I'm up a score. We've been able when we need to get a yard. Look at number 90 make a play here. He slowed him down enough to have his teammates come at
But
him.
he also missed the tackle that would have brought up a punt situation.
100%, but still good. That's a big man making a play. Like, that's a 300-pounder making a play. So good for
we
him.
will line up in goal line formation for K-State. 4th and 1. Deuce Vaughn in the backfield. They'll give it to him, and he's not going to get it.
That was just a bad push up front. TCU showed that they've been able to get pressure on the quarterback all game, which is unfortunately they've been bringing blitzes, which is why they've been able to hit the thing deep. So this is just bad offensive push by K-State in order to they clog all the holes.
In goal line situations, it's low man wins. The nose tackles for the defensive line gets lower. And the linebackers shoot the gap, stop Deuce Vaughn in the backfield. TCU gets the big stop they need.
That was a
And now they are in threatening position already with this high-flying offense, assuming they can get it going.
That's a
Toledo on 3rd and 22. Quarterback going to take off. They are now inside field goal range with 22 seconds left. Duggan going to throw from the pocket. Has a wide open Quinton Johnson who breaks free down the sideline. Loses the football. And K-State recovers. So seconds after the 4th down stop, Quinton Johnston fumbles the football after a gain of 20-25. And K-State now has it back near midfield.
You know, all I'm thinking of right now. That was just
That
that was a forced fumble right there.
It was a forced fumble, very bad protection.
No, I mean that's standard protection, and
he kind of went wide to take the ball behind his back to try to.
No. Someone hit it. Someone hit his arm behind his back.
You got to keep that thing high and tight. It was out to the side, my dude. It was out to the side.
I disagree.
Toledo did kick a field goal here with 16 seconds to go in the half, and they are up 10-7,
which was huge. Their quarterback got them that. Wow, they left him wide open. Watch. He's gonna get hit in the arm, which popped the ball out.
No, but he was juking this way, my dude, and the
he
ball
was juking and he got hit in the arm with the
ball.
Helmet
my dude. It's got to be high and tight.
Right? And
tight.
And you know I'm right. But somebody's injured on the field. How annoying is that man in the middle? I forget his name.
Booger McFarland?
Yeah.
On a scale of what?
1 to 10, 10 being the most annoying?
No, well, you got to do like 1 to like Will Ferrell or something like that.
On a scale of Dookie to Rebecca Black's Friday.
The Taylor Swift Ticketmaster incident.
That's up there, dude.
Yeah, right?
She was very upset about that.
Well,
situation.
then why don't you just have all the tickets on your website, your own website, and do it that way?
Lime Nation is a monopoly, and you can't go anywhere or do anything in the U.S. and have a venue.
Well, then why don't Taylor? You just get a venue, build your own venue.
No, actually, what she could
in your backyard
is she could rent out all the venues herself.
So anyway, Deuce Vaughn is gonna get it. TCU's defense now that just got an emotional third down stop gives up a gain of 5 as we tick under 4 minutes to go in the first half of the Big 12 title game.
And there was an offsides on Toledo.
And see, he knew he didn't keep it high and tight. That's what he's working
he got
on
hit
the sideline.
In the arms. There's nothing he could have done about it.
Mom and Dad, thank you for tuning in, watching. T's and P's,
also,
Mom. Hope you feel better.
For the record, yeah, I'm hoping you're going to feel better. For the record, I love you more than he does.
That's not true.
Because I'll actually be showing up to family dinner unlike somebody who could totally go to family dinner and be back at his house for the 8 o'clock Michigan game.
Yeah, but then I'm going to miss the 4 o'clock SEC championship
No one cares about the 4 o'clock SEC championship game.
What if I care about the 4 o'clock SEC championship
And you'll miss the end of the 4 o'clock SEC championship game, so you'll see.
I technically could, yes. I guess I'm just being lazy.
Yeah, you're basically going to see. This is what you're going to see, for the record. You're going to see
what they saw.
A 35-17 win by Georgia. That's what you're going to see.
So Howard's going to go deep down the left sideline. And
he caught that.
He made an adjustment and made a catch.
Did you see that pinball? Bounce, bounce, bounce. Bounce, 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 bounce.
So Will Howard goes deep down the left sideline. He's wide open. It's a touchdown if it's not underthrown.
10 out of 10 play calls. That's a catch.
It looks like a catch.
How is that not a catch? The ball never hit the ground.
They are going to review it. Simeon's all worked up about the college review.
Oh my gosh. This is so bad.
I'm not seeing a view yet that shows me a clear view
Why
of the
is
ball.
this even a question? Who in their right mind? Look, it bounces off of his arm. He catches it, and it doesn't ever hit the ground.
Dude, I don't know. It was peeking in there.
It doesn't matter. It never hits the ground. It's only an issue if the ball hits the ground.
This is the view. Shut up. This is the view. Hits the ground right there. Yeah.
It was good enough.
No, bro, that's incomplete.
I hate these rules.
That's incomplete.
Someone save me.
Dude, it's moving the whole time. It's incomplete. That's what these reviews are for.
I know, but I still hate it. Is that Sonny Dykes, by the way?
Where?
The guy who was just walking on the sideline, bald spot, back of his head, not wearing a cap.
Kind of head looks like a bowling ball.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep. 100%. 100%. Oh, Mom and Dad, I don't know how long you guys have been tuned in, or if at all, to this second podcast. We have discovered as this has just been a great 2 hours.
It's been a 10 out of 10, honestly.
It's been an hour and 45 minutes.
This is
just
the amount of people.
So we have this year-old Dr. Pepper that we've been making people taste because all the sugar is just gone out of it.
It's Diet Dr. Pepper, so technically it's all the stevia has gone out of it.
And it smells good, but
smells
then
like
you
Dr.
taste
Pepper.
it, and there's just no sweetening to it. So, Dad, you could probably actually drink this. This is probably part of your diet. It's kind of addicting to.
It is kind of
it is
addicting.
kind
There's
of
a reason I drank half of it. Like, it's not bad. It's just not
bad.
sweet.
Flat Dr. Pepper. No, Dad, it's not flat. It still has good bubbles. The sugar or the whatever sweetener they use
just isn't in it anymore.
isn't in it anymore. Yes, Dad, we know you'll stick with water. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, we'll stick with water too. Carrie knows me so well. She made me a peppermint mocha because I needed caffeine.
And that's what you meant. We'll just catch our parents up. Why don't we
let's just catch the parents up.
So the first attempt, Simeon told me at 10 o'clock this morning that he was going to be late for a noon live stream.
Yep.
Okay, put two and two together. I said he would be late to his own funeral.
Yeah.
I put that on the podcast page. He was then late. We tried the first stream, but
because I forgot how to click a button.
he forgot how to click a button.
Literally, just click one button.
Yep. So that didn't go well.
This is. There's a reason I'm laying like this comment.
Dude, you got stuff all over your
What the fuck else is new, Micaiah? Like, what else is new? I'm a mess. I'm late half the time.
So the call was incomplete on the field. It brings up a 4th and 6. So TCU will have about 2 minutes to try again to get points before halftime. They do get the ball coming out.
I'm sure they won't. Who knows? Like, life's a mess at this point.
That looks like catch interference, but
No,
I guess
he
he never called it.
He never called it.
Okay.
Listen, the NFL's chaotic. The NCAA's chaotic. Soccer's chaotic. Life's chaotic. I just give up at this point.
Your tone in life is you have given up on.
I've just give up at this point. It was weird.
Dude, if anyone besides our parents would tune into this live cast right now,
it would go blast.
It would go viral.
Yeah, they'd be having a blast.
Minutes. Viral in minutes.
Dad, button clicking is hard. You can go.
That's what happens.
Stick it where the sun don't shine.
Tech consultant, peppermint mocha. That is great. Yeah. Don't you wait? Do you drink? No, you drink decaf coffee.
He does drink decaf coffee because the taste of coffee. Sometimes you just want the taste of coffee without any of the side effects.
Okay, it's like drinking non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah, honestly, it is like drinking
non-alcoholic
beer.
Kendra Miller gets a gain.
I
of
have mad
3.
respect for non-alcoholic beer and mocktails in general.
Decaf mocha is my treat, Dad. You
okay,
can just have.
Don't say that it's your treat. That just makes you look soft, and you're not soft. Okay.
Dad, you can just
decaf mocha is my treat. No, you have it sometimes because you like it.
It's like when Sheldon finally they have a connection.
You know what's actually
to DeMario Davis, and we're at the 45. TCU's now rolling.
Do you know what's actually a treat? Non-dairy Ben and Jerry's. That's a treat. Decaf mocha.
Wait, they make that?
Yes, it's fantastic.
Okay, well, real quick, let's get back to. Let's save this for halftime. So, Duggan now in hurry up. Tay Barber's going to get into K-State territory. We are at the 44.5-yard line. It will be 2nd and 1. There's 1:22 left. Mom and Dad, we'll get back to the comedy show that is our lives right now. Max Duggan's going to give it to Kendra Miller, who's going to break 3.
Nice stiff
and
arm.
is down to the 32-yard line of K-State. I'm sorry, that's not Kendra Miller. That's DeMarcado.
Oh, apparently, in order for TCU to win games, they just need to run a 2-minute drill all the time.
Well, that's kind of how these.
Oh, and who calls a timeout?
It's probably going to be K-State.
Or is something under review?
Sonny Dykes. Is that the guy who you saw earlier?
Yeah.
Okay, that is Sonny Dykes, yes. So it is a timeout, K-State. K-State's going to regroup, which I do agree.
Sonny Dykes, coach of the year? I think he's coach of the year, right? Especially if he gets him to the playoffs.
I think, yes.
I think it has to be, right?
100%.
He comes from a Houston program.
Well, especially that no one was picking TCU.
Yeah, he comes from a Houston program. He pitches. He's possibly going to pitch an undefeated conference season and just season in general. Turns TCU's around, beats a really good Kansas State team the first time, beats a really good Texas team, beats a really good Kansas team when Kansas was super hot. Turns a team that's Venti decaf mocha with oat milk, 2 pumps.
So now we're baristas at Starbucks.
No whip.
apparently.
I'm not making you that. Also, that sounds pretty good. I'm assuming that's 2 pump of mocha sauce that you're having, or just you want me to pump it up? You can
Pump
it,
it
it
up.
up.
Okay, first
No, you
and
pump it
10
up.
from the K-State
Pump it up.
31.
No,
Duggan
I
drops
pump it up.
back, looking. Now we'll scramble. There's a linebacker in his way. Going to get to the outside. Gain of 4 gets out of bounds. And so it will be 2nd and 4. And we got 58 seconds to go in the first half.
Yeah, Georgia's favored by 17.5 points.
Whenever Dad says like decaf mocha is my treat, I just think of Sheldon, how he's like, a bran muffin. That's all I need. That's all the sugar I need.
I mean, Dad and Sheldon are kind of very close together.
Well, not really.
I mean, one's more autistic than the other.
And it's Dad.
Yikes! I was gonna say Sheldon there.
I'm kidding. Duggan fires over the middle to
Also-
Jared Wiley. He's going to have a gain of 2. TCU has no timeouts. We are ticking inside of 50 seconds. 45, 3rd and 3. TCU is in field goal range.
No timeouts left.
No timeouts. 3rd and 3. Duggan takes the snap. Duggan drops back. Duggan going to fire. And it's incomplete. So you got a 4th and 3, 34 seconds to
He
go.
caught it.
Do you go for this? You get the field goal here, I think. You get the points, right? Because
yeah.
you get the
Yeah,
ball
no,
out of
no. You're
halftime.
right. You're right.
Dad, I'm just kidding. It's clearly Sheldon. We're just making fun because you're the only 2 in the chat right now. So
We can have fun and be ourselves.
they both immediately leave.
What else would be new?
What do you mean by that? We're the ones who left them, technically.
Yeah, but at least we did it
All
responsibly.
right. So 42-yard field goal attempt. Dykes is taking the field goal. It is up, and this time it is right down the middle. So it is 10-14, and there are 29 seconds left. So it will be.
You just
have to be
kneel
a
this if you're
kickoff.
Kansas State. After
You
get
got
the
2
kickoff?
timeouts. First down stops the clock. I see what you can see. I say you see what you can see offensively. You try
run
to
this
hit a
first
play.
play.
You try to hit a play.
Who's more attractive, Chris Fowler, Kirk Herbstreit?
Oh. They both got their equal qualities.
Yeah,
Fowler's got kind of
He's got that salt and pepper.
silver fox
Yeah.
salt and pepper stride going. Herbstreit's got the
blue eyes, tan California dude,
blonde hair who lives in Nashville and Cincinnati. Yes,
and Cincinnati.
I think he lives in Nashville, but I think he might also have a home in Cincinnati.
That's interesting.
You're
Cincinnati,
gonna look it
Ohio.
up. Well, he's an Ohio kid. I'm pretty sure.
All right,
Look it up.
We gotta look it up. Kirk. That says Myro. I don't know how I can mistype
Oh, we
that.
got a second like. Thank you for whoever dropped that.
It's
second
probably
like.
Mom. Come on.
Oh, all right.
Oh, we actually pulled up Mom's text messages. We never did that on. We never responded to them. Yeah, for yesterday's podcast.
That dropped today at 5 a.m. or yesterday 5 a.m.
Yeah, that's I know. He is from Centerville, Ohio. Okay, he is
yeah,
a.
see, I told you. Kickoff with 25 seconds is at the K-State 30-yard line. Again, if I were the head coach, I'd try to maybe either pop a run for a first down or try to hit a little pass play for a first down. First down, you see what you can see. You get back up to the line and you try to maybe get in a field goal range then. Anything short of first down, you let the clock run out at half. If that it turns into a negative play, you take a knee here. So Will Howard will drop back. He will step up and he will scramble for out of bounds. It is a gain of 7, 18 seconds left. You got out of bounds. I still think you at this point you try to take a deep shot downfield.
Yeah, 100%.
But again, I think you're just taking one because if you start taking more than one, you run into the risk of a
Do you know
turnover.
that Bounty is the quicker picker upper according to Bounty?
Did you know that Target? Oh, by the way, I have a good halftime discussion we need to talk about.
Okay.
Just remind me. So
About what?
So
You want to give me a subject matter?
yeah, it's pizza.
all right.
So okay, so
You go to the
TCU
halftime at this time point.
just came up with a sack. They got no timeouts. You let the clock run out, and you go to halftime. And That is what we will do.
And we're going to halftime,
So-
so we'll go ahead and Makai will transition us.
So it is. You can leave that on.
I don't want to listen to.
Booger McFarland.
Yeah.
I know. So
Ew.
it is just real quick.
Mm-hmm.
K-State really had two drives off of the missed field goal. They
Yep.
got a touchdown.
Yep.
Then they got good field position and got a touchdown.
Yeah.
TCU had to deal with a sudden change there on the turnover by Quentin Johnston.
Mm-hmm.
They got an opening drive touchdown of 92 yards.
Yep.
And then a field goal sent. So going in the second half, adjustments for each team. What would you make?
If I'm TCU, I'm keeping with that up tempo.
What I've been doing the past two drives, been working. Don't change that. If I'm their defense, you got to go with some sort of zone or soft man coverage. Keep everything in front of you. You've been burned on the seams. Kansas State, you get the game up top. Whatever you can make down in the trenches is going to change your second half, because if you can establish the run, you're going to do a great job.
Okay. I do agree there. I think they need to get TCU needs to get their up tempo, as you said, running game going. They've had some good success, like you said, within the last two drives doing that. K-State, kind of just do what you do. You got to hit them. You got to hit the opportunistic deep shots that you have kind of missed to this point in the first half, especially down the seams, as you had the incomplete pass, the Deuce Vaughn miss. Okay, so what I want to pivot to here. So you know how Pizza Hut, their big thing was
You can't out Pizza the Hut.
you can't out Pizza Hut, but cheese in the crust, right?
Yeah.
There's got to be some controversy surrounding that, because they can't be the first ones to take mozzarella cheese and put it in the crust. There's got to be some dark secret surrounding the cheese in the crust. Why I bring this up is I bought a frozen pizza at the store, and it had cheese in the crust. Very good. Okay, I don't know the brand. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, Pizza Hut can't be the first ones to do that.
Yeah.
They're the first ones to monopolize and monetize and commercialize it.
Okay.
Sure, I'll give them that. But there's got to be some dark secret surrounding
Where is this conspiracy going?
cheese in the crust. No, I'm asking you. What do you know about cheese in the crust pizza? Where did it first originate? Why did Pizza Hut get the rights to cheese in the crust?
They don't. They're just the only ones that, you know.
Then why don't other people do it? Because it's excellent.
Is it though?
How is it not?
I mean, it's pretty rich. I mean, you're eating a pretty rich.
Well, yeah,
rich
so you can
pizza.
only eat two pieces instead of, your standard 4 or 6 or the whole pizza.
I'm looking history of cheesy crust pizza.
Yeah. Look up history of cheesy crust pizza. Mom and Dad, what you also missed from the part 1 of the live stream is Uncle Kevin did some research. The TCU horny frog. Oh, wow.
Horn frogs.
Horny frogs. Wow. Horn frogs are the horn frog is actually a lizard. The Texas horned frog is actually a lizard, and it can in fact shoot blood from its eyes. It does that by popping blood vessels around its eyes as a defense mechanism. And it mixes with a chemical that can be kind of toxic?
Yeah.
toxic.
No,
to-
it just tastes bitter.
It tastes
It's
bitter.
blood. Its
It-
blood tastes
yeah.
bitter.
To canine predators. However, bird predators, it has no effect on. So there you go about the Texas horned lizard that they call a horned frog. All right, what is it, bro?
All right. According to Wikipedia,
Which is also where we got all the horn frog information from.
Stretch out my neck there a little bit. Pizza Hut introduced the stuffed crust pizza created by Patty Schimbermeier and launched it on March 25th, 1995. It was marketed in a commercial with former President Donald Trump. However,
Oh, here we go.
Pizza Hut was sued by the family of Anthony Mangello for $1 billion over claims that Pizza Hut's stuffed crust infringed on Mangello's 1987 patent on making stuffed pizza shells. Pizza Hut was found to have not infringed on the patent in 1999. The court stating the Platon does not have a product patent. Its method patent is not infringed simply because some examples of the defendant's completed product approximate the Platon's products. That is a lame reason to have
I
one.
was really thinking this was going to go back I mean, you have to think whoever started making pizzas, like, yeah, this Anthony guy might, again, like, he makes like stuffed pizza shells, and Pizza Hut was the, first to monetize, commercialize, blah, blah, blah. But I have to think that all the way back when pizzas first started making, that someone said, hey, instead of this cheese on here, let's put it in, fold the bread over. You know what I'm saying? Like, how come Pizza Hut got to be the first ones?
Because of a nice lady named Patty Schimbermere.
Doesn't
Yes, DiGiorno started having a stuffed crust in 2001. Clearly, there's no patent infringement.
How did you wait? Whoa! We're just not gonna blow by that. Like you didn't even say that. How'd you know that DiGiorno started doing it in 2001?
DiGiorno began officially offering a cheesy stuffed crust pizza
really?
in grocery
That's how
store
you
in
spell
2000.
DiGiorno?
Yeah, it's not delivery. It's DiGiorno.
It's DiGiorno.
In 2012, Pizza Hut launched a hot dog stuffed crust pizza in Japan, China, and South Korea, followed by Australia, Canada, UK, and the US.
How was that?
Domino's also sold hot dog stuffed crust pizzas in the US, UK, and New Zealand. Pizza Hut New Zealand also had Mermite stuffed crust pizza. Pizza Hut Japan introduced a pizza with the pockets stuffed with whatever this stuffed different type of cheese, shrimp, sausage, and mozzarella. Pizza Hut Japan offered a crust stuffed with shrimp and mayonnaise. Pizza Hut Germany offered a German King, which was sausage, bacon, and cheese stuffed crust. That sounds good. Pizza Hut Japan and South Korea have sold pizzas with shrimp, cheese stuffed crust. Thank you. Whoever wrote this article does not know how to do this. Pizza Hut Hong Kong made
Was it you?
an abalone sauce, cheesy lava stuffed crust pizza.
Oh, there you go.
And Australia made a Pizza Hut Australia crust stuffed with miniature meat pies. In 2020, Papa John's released its own cheese-filled stuffed crust pizza.
Okay.
That is the end of the article.
All right. So, mom's questions. I don't really see any questions in here.
She basically admonished you for not being cultured.
With Danny DeVito being known from
no, she
Taxi?
appreciated us all knowing Danny DeVito, and he was in Taxi Mom. Yes, we know, but then
I didn't know that.
He's been most famous for It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Of late.
Yeah.
She found it funny that Wake Me Up When Soccer doesn't have ties.
And then admonished you for being
I don't know what the word
uncultured.
admonished means.
You don't know what the word admonished
No,
means?
Simeon, I am illiterate on so many levels.
You could tell me what typo tachycardia means, though.
Typo tachycardia. I don't think that's a thing.
It's not a thing. I just brought up words, but you would understand what like a trio tachycardia. Daryl Schlicker, admonish.
So I think you actually said it wrong there.
Admonish?
Admonish.
To scold you. Yeah, see? He's defining it.
Did you say admonish?
The past tense of admonish is admonished.
All right. Michigan is the girl next door vibe.
Yeah, that was mom just sucking up.
Well, no, but I like that.
Eh. We both married girl next door vibes, so it's fine.
And she found our podcast incredibly soothing, or whatever she said.
She likes listening.
She liked listening to it. So thanks, Mom, for listening.
10 out of 10.
10
TCU
out of 10.
has been around for 150 years, just in case anybody cares. And apparently, Kumail Nanjiani is going to be starring in a new Chip and Dale's Hulu special.
Documentary. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, we're back underway after halftime of the MAC title game.
Which means that, no, I'm not admonishing, just sharing unimportant trivia. Oh, now I have to read it. Trivia is involved.
What trivia?
I don't know.
I don't remember any trivia.
I just skimmed it because I figured we were going to be reading it. I think you okay, Simeon. I think you
Can't
being
you just read it privately?
shut the f up,
Okay.
Simeon. I think you bring a really good point. You have to leave the country to understand how deeply soccer runs in the bloodstream of the world.
Oh, it was about Danny DeVito. She says about Danny DeVito.
Oh, Mom!
Got him! Well done. Well done.
All right, now
Well
I
done,
have to read
parents.
this
All right, so
privately.
Ohio is on their own 24-yard line. Again, 9-3 Ohio is playing without their starting quarterback who is out for the year with a knee injury. Toledo is playing with their starting quarterback who is has an injured ankle, though. Toledo has one of the best defense or the best defense in the MAC. Ohio, of course, 9-3 has to have some balance too. So it is third down and 5 now.
Mom-
Toledo has a 10-7 lead.
Mom called you a asshat narcissist who is angry.
She called me that specifically?
No,
Okay.
she called you the type of American who pulls their head into their asses just to bring them to the front and examine their belly button instead. Those sorts of narcissists are the ones who are just angry. I'm not talking about them
Oh, okay.
because they're the ones who just
You know-
decide to ignore soccer
I
and
read-
the ever-evolving climate and culture that is changing in
I
America.
read that paragraph 4 or 5 times as we were getting up for the Dr. Pepper tuition giveaway in the Big 12 title game. I read that paragraph 4 or 5 times. I did not understand it. A lot of big words, a lot of, again.
You know, you can Google things, right? Google
Well,
has a
no, I
definition
understood
part.
the words, but it was very, I don't know. My brain just found it hard to read, okay?
Mom, yes, you are. Micaiah is a narcissist. He only cares about himself, and that's very
I'm
clear.
totally not saying Makai is nice. We've just really fallen off the rails here.
That's the only way to do a podcast is to fall off the
Is
rails.
just to fall completely off the. Where'd that phrase come from? I'm assuming trains, right?
I would assume as well, right? Because like they fall off the rails sometimes.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Mostly because I have to pee. That's the reason.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna hold it down.
Okay, but I do want to be here for yeah, I do want to be here for the tuition giveaway because that's always fun. And I'm gonna get a beer because I have to tell you about my time at my work Christmas party last night because it was hilarious.
Okay. The phrase "go off the rails" has been used since the mid 1800s and is a reference to train derailment. When a train goes off the rails, it's no longer progressing along the preordained track and is uncontrollable and chaotic. Okay, so that wasn't as I thought there would be a bigger story to it, but I guess that is all that I was expecting it, but I was hoping that there was more, I guess. So Ohio punts the ball back to Toledo, and Toledo will start with the ball in the second half on their own 19-yard line. Again, Toledo is facing a technically better team. Hello for our third listener, whoever joined. Pop yourself in the chat just to say hi. I'll say hi back. We are at halftime of the Big 12 championship game. The MAC championship game we just got underway. In 2017, Toledo defeated Akron, and that was the last MAC championship title for them. So we have kind of fallen off the rails a little bit, but you know, we're hanging in there as we are the worstest podcast on the interwebs. So Toledo's going to take the snap and run the quarterback draw. Mom, you know what that is, but only for a gain of 2. And it will be 2nd and 8. I will find it very interesting if TC does end up losing this game. If the college football playoff does what I think a lot of the country thinks they're going to do and put Alabama and Ohio State in. So basically just becomes the SEC versus the Big Ten. And at that point, you would have to do a Georgia-Alabama 1-4 and a Michigan-Ohio State. That's not very satisfying to me. I don't think Alabama deserves to be in, considering they lost to Tennessee, who's behind them. and Tennessee and LSU, and Tennessee beat LSU, lost to South Carolina, and lost to Georgia. So I'm going to keep a close eye on that. I honestly think that the Final Four is set. I think TCU, win or loss, as long as it's a close loss, is in. We are in the Dr. Pepper giveaway challenge, halftime challenge in the second half. Simeon thinks that contestants should not allowed to be doing chest passes. I agree. Toledo just got a gain of 10 on 3rd and 3, and it is a first down.
So my Christmas party involved
Oh, they're both doing chest passes.
because they know it's more accurate.
This is lame.
Except the guy is sucking.
This girl is amazing at it.
Well, she was. There we go. Consistency. They should.
Okay, now this guy's just rolling right. He grabs 2 balls at once. He's doing it the right way. This is very good. Danielle Yari is. What? Daniel. Okay, yeah. So me and Simeon are in this together. If you chest pass a football in this, you should not be able to.
He got $100,000. That's actually a full ride. Okay, good job.
Well, I mean, only if you go to a certain college.
Well, I mean, if you go to a different college, you'd be swimming in $80,000.
Well, if you go to community college, yeah, $80,000. Yeah.
And that doesn't have to be a community college. I can get a bachelor degree for $20,000.
He's going to Duke University, though. That will cover a semester.
He'll be a dentist somewhere.
Is that a shot at Duke University?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
I think the runner-up still gets like $50,000 though. So it covers a semester. If you lose, you got a semester coverage. If you don't, you get a full year coverage.
So my Christmas party involved a party bus. And there were late 30, 40-year-olds on said party bus. And the DJ was smart enough, DJ being my coworker, Zach, was smart enough to play. Shout out Zach, was smart enough to play all late 80s and 90s music. So
a little old for you, but right on.
To and from, that was a great tackle. To and from, we just had these ladies belting at the top there. We got Eminem on there.
How is Eminem late 80s, early 90s? Late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, I mean, same. So yeah, it was very much different. And the fact that I was on a party bus and the beer was handed out freely was great.
Okay, so party bus.
And then I had a great steak at Morton's Steakhouse. Couple cocktails there, couple glasses of wine.
Where's Morton's Steakhouse?
There's one in King of Prussia. It's a fancy chain. Like the cheapest steak that they have there is $70.
I'm sorry, where'd you say it was?
King of Prussia.
King of Prussia. Wow, that's a long way for a party.
It's an hour from the office.
Okay. All right.
In Reinhold's, PA.
Where's Reinhold?
Middle of fucking nowhere.
Okay. All right. Watch the tone. Just real quick, I was going to say something. Oh yeah. Do your coworkers know you do a podcast?
I mean, I brought it up.
How does one bring up that they do a podcast?
We're talking about sports, and I go, me and my brother on our podcast.
Okay, and do they?
So I sound like a giant douchebag?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay,
but
100%,
I don't care.
100%. You sound like a Karen trying to sell essential oils.
You know, speaking of Karens, we have 2 of them.
Like,
literally, their names are Karens. We have to call them by their last names. Neither of them are actual Karens. They're both very nice ladies.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Would you ever look at a Karen and be like, you're being a Karen right now? Because my theory is if you look at a Karen and go, you're being a Karen right now, would the Karen knows what the term being a Karen is, or would she, because a Karen would be confused by being called a Karen?
So here's my question, right?
You see what I'm saying?
So Luke Ohlweiler's mom's name is Karen. And she is such a sweet lady that I'm not sure she knows what being a Karen means.
Right.
These Karens know what being a Karen means.
We're
We're seeing an ad for Elizabethtown College right now.
Go Blue Jays.
Nice. They actually have a really cool Blue Jay mascot. Not gonna lie.
Do you remember?
Also, this is also a fun fact that I learned. One of our client is Brent L. Miller's, which is across from the Men's Warehouse on Manheim Pike in Lancaster.
Jewelry, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan left Kozer's, our salesman, and went there.
Oh, the scandalous.
Yes.
The scandals. And so on the rookie, a car's going to blow up.
Yep.
And a dude's going to be standing next there.
Yes. So will he make it? No one. Will Nathan Fillion make it? Oh, did you see that commercial with Drew Brees for Bet Point where
Sure didn't.
they made it? Okay, so it's like behind the scenes, Drew Brees. Someone's like recording behind the scenes for Drew Brees recording this commercial for Bet Point or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is a betting website, a sports betting website. And in it, there's like a storm going on behind him. And in it, he gets struck by lightning.
Okay.
And so then they release that. Then this website says, listen, we are investigating what happened, that Drew Brees got struck by lightning. We
Wait,
haven't heard
Actually got
we
struck by
haven't
lightning?
heard any information. All these sports journalists jumped on it and thought it was real. No, completely fake. Got everyone to bake in, but everyone thought that Drew Brees actually died. A lot of people thought Drew Brees actually died and tweeted this on the tweeter machine.
Elon Musk's blog. Right.
Elon Musk's blog is that this that is
That's
that
what I'm
it's called?
calling it. I deleted my Twitter account like 3 years ago.
Yeah, same. If Clemson didn't lose, they would be in the college football playoff with a win tonight.
You know, if every team that in the top 4 was undefeated, we'd know who the top 4 were.
Well, 3 out of the 4
'Cause,
are,
you know,
and the committee or the world seems to think that TCU's still not getting in.
You know, you kind of play to win the game.
You play to win the game. Oh, Toledo dominant defense showing up here. We're not paying attention to the MAC at all, clearly.
For the Battle of Ohio.
That's played in Michigan.
It's not ironic.
It is.
That is actually irony at
Well,
its
my
finest.
favorite thing is they can't even change the end zones to say like MAC.
Yeah, they don't put enough money into it.
So the Ford Field is home of the Lions, so it still says Detroit.
And it's turf, so it's not even that hard to change it.
Right.
Too.
Yeah, you just got to roll it in, roll it out. Okay, we are back from halftime. K-State kicks the ball off to Demario Davis,
So, did you know that
who
people?
takes it 3 yards deep and is going to bring it out.
Do you know that people hate? Oh, good
And
tackle.
it's chopped down at the 13-yard line. Maybe he should just knee that.
Maybe there really shouldn't be kickoffs in college. Did you know that people hate turf fields?
Yes, I know. Roberto even hates turf fields, and I don't get it.
I don't get it either. There's no there is no statistic either way about
Whether more or less injuries happen.
and specifically like even like head injuries, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So any injuries whatsoever between grass and turf, there is obviously some practical. Turf will give you a lot more brush burns.
This is true. TCU 5-0 when trailing in the second half. They do have an FBS high 8 comebacks when trailing this year. However, 5 have come in the second half. So here we go. Max Duggan from his own 13-yard line gives it to Kendre Miller, and Kendre will get maybe a half a yard. They'll probably give him a full yard, so it'll be 2nd and 8. Simeon, the adjustment of little more tempo, and my adjustment of tempo with running game. We'll see if they hit it.
Seem to be ignored. Here's a little fun fact about Ohio University. Their mascot is the Bobcats.
Alrighty, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
So
They're in Athens, Ohio.
it is 2nd and 9. Duggan from the shotgun.
That's crystal meth area of Ohio for those of you who didn't know.
Alrighty, 4 wide
Yeah.
with Kendre Miller, and we are now paused on the TV, so just bear with us until this game clicks back in. The Toledo mascot is the Toledo Rockets, and he just got lit up along the sideline here.
Okay.
Here we go.
oh.
Duggan, shotgun, pressured, gonna go deep. It is
Overthrown.
Demario Davis.
A lot
And
of
it was
them to answer
overthrown.
Chris Fowler's question, who said how many of the deep balls have been overthrown. What's a better mascot, a rocket or a mud hen?
What's a mud hen?
I'm guessing a chicken of some kind.
Well, where's the mud head? Like, where are you bringing up a mud head?
The AA or AAA affiliate of, I think it's the Tigers or the Toledo Mudhens.
Okay. We are 3rd and 9. Duggan will drop back. It's a 3-man rush. They're going to drop 8. Look out from behind, Max. And he's going to
tipped.
fumble.
That's
And
a safety.
And it's going to be a safety. Max Duggan did not feel the pressure from behind, got stripped, ball rolled into the end zone because Demario Davis on the kickoff decided to bring it back instead of starting at the 25. It's recovered by TCU in their own end zone, and so that means it's a safety.
They will look at this. The ball was not moving. Oh, that is a fumble. He pump faked it, which means he has possession. That's blocked.
Weird because it was still in his.
That
looks like
it wasn't moving
fumble.
forward. It was not moving forward. It should be reviewed, to be fair.
We're going to have to see what Bill says.
Yeah, let's listen to the rules. That's why I look up what a mud hen is.
Okay, you look up what a mud hen is. So it was a 3-man rush. They drop 8. There's nowhere to go, first of all, for Max Duggan. And what he ended up doing is jumping in the air. So Duggan jumped, and the middle linebacker jumped, and Duggan went to throw, but the middle linebacker jumped and met the hand in mid-air, and then Duggan stopped his arm and tried to re-throw, but at that point, it was hand on ball, and so Bill LeMonhew, ESPN's rules analyst, is deeming this a fumble, and it will go. And so it will be 16-10 here. Hand was coming forward, but he wasn't. He then brought it back and then was trying to bring it forward again. And when he brought it back, the middle linebacker basically caught the tip of it while it was in his hand and pushed it out of his hand. It was a very weird play. If you are watching it on your television screen, you know what I'm talking about.
So it is an American coot. A mud hen is an American
we're back
coot,
to the mud hen,
which sounds like an American toot. It is the family of Ratidaes, Raildays.
Either way, it's either a safety or it's a duck.
It's basically a duck.
Okay, so either way, it's a safety or it's going to be 4th down, and TCU is going to have to punt this football. Meanwhile, not how you wanted to start the half if you are the Horned Frogs.
Yeah, not very good. Clearly, their adjustments don't matter. We now have 3 likes. I'm not sure how that happened.
Wow.
That's bull.
Okay, so they say that his arm was going forward, which makes it incomplete, which makes it 4th down. So TCU will get the opportunity to punt, and it stays a 4-point game. Very big call in this game.
This is Ohio. Was that Ohio's first MAC championship since 1965? I think
that running back of Toledo just got lit up. All right, so here we go. We will punt the
Block
football.
the punter.
Almost.
Oh, good call. He fair caught it at like the 43. That's the Kansas State 43. And here we go for Holly Rowe.
So the second half keys, Kansas State, Knowles, the wide receiver, and
Boydo
are done for the game for Kansas State. TCU settle in offensively and make defensive adjustments. Their defensive adjustments, I think, bring a little more pressure and keep everything in front of you, as you were saying.
For TC Swizzle?
For TC Swizzle.
TC Swizzle, I agree. Because that's what I said. And I just realized that you just told me that that's what I said. And you know what? We're having a great time.
Will Howard will give it on the jet sweep, and this one is tracked down. Instead of a gain of 25, it's only a gain of 4.
So if football was full tackles, but no pads, no helmet,
yeah,
would you still be interested in it?
Because
I bet that would actually drop the level of concussions.
I think so as well. It would be a much different game. I think it would have a different vibe, though.
Definitely would have. It would look a lot more like war, I feel like.
I have a feeling, as this is a play fake to Deuce Vaughn, who he then gets it outside.
They're going to give him a first down and an extra yard after
Warner,
that.
And it will be a first down. So Malik Knowles injured his arm
Ooh.
actually on the jet sweep, got pulled down. Kind of looked like a
No, are you sure it wasn't the leg or was it the arm?
it's
it's
his leg.
thigh. Yeah.
Yeah. So Malik Knowles is out. That is K-State's leading receiver. They still have Deuce Vaughn and this running game.
And a
Will
white dude with
Howard-
a mustache, and we always know white dudes with
So they
mustaches
fake
are
it to
trouble.
Deuce Vaughn. Howard down the seam.
Is that the white dude with the mustache? No, it's not. It's a different white dude.
Hmm.
You good? You need something?
Yeah. I do need a little something to wet my whistle.
Yeah, so K-State's been running these seam plays that TCU just haven't been able to adjust to. And I'm not bunch group. Fake the
Howard looking deep, end zone, and he caught it. Touchdown, Kansas State.
dude, he is just putting
RJ Garcia the second.
he has just been putting these where only his players, and he just dapped him up. Dude, that guy, there's a flag on the play. This is interesting. A bunch play which will fake a screen and confuse the safeties over the top. Then they, guess what? Run down the seam, puts it where only his receiver can get it, and runs up and get it. I'm guessing this is going to be in a personal foul excessive celebration. Yeah. Oh,
Wow. So it's an unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 26, which will be enforced on the kickoff.
and that's TCU.
And that would be
I'm interested to see what this was. That's the one player who was able to get into it.
Again, I've been telling people.
Oh, he was just got a little chirpy with the other.
Kansas State was up 28-10 with Will Howard in the football game the first time these two met. It is now about to be,
They're a great team.
as the extra point is up and good, it is 21-10.
Kansas State's a good team.
So TCU's got to get this running game going a little bit. And
Yeah, that's
number
a little chippy.
26 he was looking
Did
to
he just
square
square up?
He squared up. But we got a game in Arlington, everyone. TCU must respond now. I'm going to grab some agua.
Must response?
Has to respond.
They have to respond. Yeah, I would just want to make fun of you.
What else?
Not much.
Like Liberty in the Pursuit of Happiness?
That's okay. Interesting. What is this commercial? Mercedes-Benz commercial. Gotta love Mercedes-Benz holiday commercial where their one car is red and all the other cars are silver, and that's Santa's sleigh. I don't know what I'm doing here. Just kind of chilling, drinking a Miller Lite, which has one more calorie than Michelob Ultra. And we're watching a really sexy milkshake on screen for Chick-fil-A, the peppermint chip milkshake, which I can order on the Chick-fil-A app, which actually is a pretty good app, all apps considered. I've used worst applications. Just taking a check at the MACtion. This is the MAC Championship. Let's take a look here, see what's going on. It's 2nd and 10. Looks like Toledo has the ball on the Ohio 16-yard line. So they are knocking on heaven's door here. Heaven's door being a Detroit Lions end zone, as played to roll it out and tries to throw it out of the back of the end zone, but doesn't. For those of you who care about the U.S. men's national team, which probably should be none of you, I didn't see this coming. I obviously kind of expected. I wasn't sure. I thought that the USA men's national team wouldn't make it out of their group stage. They did sock us and show up when they needed to. They just kind of looked, from what I saw, they looked a little bit underprepared for a very good Dutch team. And here they are. They got knocked out in the round of 16, which is fine. I think in 4 years, at their next possible moment, there's going to be some more talent, some more skills for them, develop their current talent, and we'll be back onto it. That's enough for men's soccer, and now we're going to move
stop
on
it.
back
Men's
to
soccer,
the.
get out of here.
It's now 4th and 4 on the Toledo. It would be backed up to the Toledo 17. No, Toledo 4, still Toledo 16.
All tangled up.
Sorry, the Ohio 16. I gave you the wrong number in the MAC. There are. I don't know what it is, but the MAC players look like they're in high school compared to the other guys. So
4th and 4. I don't know why you don't kick it and try to go up, but it's a scramble play for Toledo. Quarterback just falls down, and it will be turnover on downs for Toledo. I don't know why you kick it there from
no idea.
Ohio's 4-yard line and be a chip shot.
And that's going to go down as a sack too, because that's going to put you up by 6. I'm guessing they wanted to go up by 7.
Well, again, I had a feeling with the backup quarterback, they feel like that a 2-score lead would be, or like a 10-point lead would almost be a death sentence midway through the third quarter. Or maybe they don't have a field goal kicker. We don't have sound on this game as it is part of the monitor. Anyway, Big 12 championship. TCU's got to get points here. Field goal, touchdown, something.
They need to do something with their lives, much like myself, in order to be a useful person in society as they start off with a run.
They do give it to
for 3
Kendra
yards.
Miller.
It sounds like I've decided to go melodramatic with this.
I guess. So one of the things that these up-tempo spread teams doing, a successful thing that they do is they run the football in their up-tempo system. But if you can't really run the football, it naturally slows the football game down. That was a gain of 3. It is 2nd and 7. TCU's got to generate some big kind of runs here early on downs. And right now, the linebackers for Kansas State are shooting gaps. That's another handoff to Kendra Miller. Goes nowhere. It's going to be 3rd and about 6.5.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised here. First of all, definitely would look better with Matt Helmets. I know we talked about that a little bit earlier. Second of all, really not impressed with his offensive line. They're not doing their job. They have one and only job. Make holes for the running back to run through, because you're right. Even if they're shooting the gaps, you got to pick it up. Because if you don't have it, you're going to force
coming on a blitz is K-State, and down goes Duggan.
You're gonna have to throw the ball, and that sort of thing will happen.
And K-State has officially taken this Big 12 game over, up 11, getting the ball back off of a punt. Their TCU's offensive line just not hanging in there.
I just wasn't able to complete that sentence fast enough to set you up. I apologize. But honestly, did anybody see this coming from Kansas State? Yes. The guy next to me. Micaiah called Kansas State winning this game.
I did call them winning this game. I thought it would be a little closer, but they're right now, if TCU gets blown out here, their argument for getting in the playoff even goes way down. They got to lose this game.
Oh, muffed.
Oh, is it muffed? Is it TCU ball?
It is TCU ball. They just flipped the field to their own self.
It is TCU ball. Everything going K-State's way. Shout out Chris Fowler for that call. I'm stealing it. And TCU now in business inside the K-State 30-yard line. Call, fail, catch. Did not square his shoulders to it. Recovery TCU. TCU can get right back into this.
They need to. And here's a chance for Kansas State to show who they really are and their defense to show up. Good on the TCU punt team. But let's see if the offense can do anything or if the defense is going to show up just like they did in the first 4 plays.
So here's the deal. TCU still hasn't run the football very effectively in this game at all, period, end of thing. Where's Quentin Johnston been? They got to get him in space again. This offensive line has to protect Mac Duggan. Quentin Johnson in motion. They'll use him as a decoy. Duggan, all sorts of time down the sideline.
Quentin Johnston. No, not Quentin Johnston.
I'm not sure who that is, but it is a first down.
That was the running back that was in the backfield. They both kind of ran out. It was a nice little up the sideline play with 2 guys. Got to move some in motion, see what the defense is giving you. It is
1st and goal at the 9-yard line. TCU moving fast.
This is why you don't make mistakes, because then they lead to failure.
Miller in motion. It is quarterback power with Duggan. Duggan down to the 6.5-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal. Got to find a way to convert this to punch it in for 7.
Huge. I think you run the ball again here. I know it's 2nd and goal, but I think you run the ball again here.
Well, you know mine. Anything right around the 5-yard line, you run it until proven that you can get 0
proven
yard.
innocent.
Exactly. Until proven stoppage, as I used to say. So it is 2nd and goal. The ball, it looks to be on the 6-yard line, and it is. Duggan takes it. Going to give it to Kendre Miller. Kendre going to bounce it out. It's touchdown TCU.
And now it's going to be 17-21. It's a field goal play. And
So moments after I said Kansas State was rocking and rolling
pushing and splashing,
taking over this game, a muff punt, 3 plays later, it's a 4-point game.
huge. And here's the funny thing: Ohio just kicked the punt and gave it back to Toledo. So clearly they have not been scared, which is just very disrespectful. Second, and the most important thing, can Kansas State adjust?
So with a sudden change there, in a sudden change situation like a muff punt, a turnover, the offense always has the advantage because they always want to take the deep shot and put this away. So the offense always has the advantage. K-State, just keep doing what you've been doing on defense. You're still up 4. You go down, you get some more points, 3-7, and then you make TCU march the full length of the field, which they've only done one time today, which was their opening possession, and you make them play from behind still. You don't give them any light of day. All righty. So
Sorry,
meanwhile,
I'm watching these Fansville episodes,
which are Fanstown, yeah, and their little fourth wall. So Toledo has the ball back on a 2nd and 10. They only get a yard. It is 10-7 in this game. Ticking inside 2 minutes to go.
Look like a unicorn.
Is that what we've devolved to? Prop humor?
Prop humor? No, I'm just waiting for, I don't know, something amazing to happen. I guess. Because basically Ohio is not the same without their quarterback, and this Kansas State team is getting interesting. So I'm waking up a little bit here, but at the same time, I want to take a nap for 16 years.
All right, so Toledo's going to drop back, going to make the throw, and it is a caught on the sideline for a first down. So Toledo.
Did you know that Disney made a National Treasure spinoff?
Up 3. Is it out yet? Just got a first down. Will be able to keep this ball.
Very impressive.
Very good catch along the sideline. We'll be able to keep this ball and get it to the 4th quarter. Thank you, everyone who's watching the live stream right now on YouTube. Welcome. New episode, if you don't know, which I think it's either our parents or our uncles or who's ever listening. New episodes drop every Friday around 5 or 6 a.m. Eastern time. No, Pacific.
I mean, you could set it up that way.
I don't want to do it that way, though.
I know. I was joking.
A fine Pilsner.
5 a.m. Eastern is 2 a.m. Pacific.
That is true.
The goal is to get them out so you can go prep for work.
You can
listen to it. Or if you have to drive to work.
So Toledo's going to get a big run here, which it will get it to the 43-yard line. Their own 43-yard line, and they are now moving. I feel like the way this game is going, low scoring as it is, touchdown for Toledo puts this thing away and will make them MAC champions.
For sure. I mean, they could probably run out the clock with the 3-point win and still get it. Ohio's offense has just had
Do you
nothing.
remember, did we do a live stream for last year's Baylor, Oklahoma State?
We did not do any live streams last year.
Okay. So Oklahoma State was stopped on 4th and goal by 3 inches, stretch for the pylon.
I remember watching that game with you.
But I don't think we did because it was the day after a bachelor party.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, no, it was.
Okay.
Your bachelor party was a year ago today.
Oh.
Happy bachelor party.
That's it. Awesome.
Anniversary.
I'm married now.
Alrighty.
Hopefully successfully. I don't know. Who judges successful marriages, right? Other people. So at what point can you have a successful marriage? Is it like the 5-year mark or is it the 10-year mark? What if like a 60-year-old like couple gets divorced? Not a 60-year-old, 60 like years of marriage gets divorced at 61 years and they live for like 3 more months.
Yeah, I really
Is that technically still a successful marriage? The successful marriages end in death?
These are good questions. I would say yes.
That's fair. I think I'm not going to judge that assessment. Wow, USC cannot tackle.
They 23 missed tackles last night.
Well, that would have won the game.
23
Oh,
missed
look at
tackles
Caleb
by
Williams
USC.
crying.
He had a hamstring injury. Listen, so in the first quarter, they had like 200 yards of offense. He
Mhm.
was scrambling around, making plays, looking like a Heisman winner. Since the hamstring, as that ball almost sailed on Will Howard,
He made something out of nothing there.
once that hamstring kicked in, nothing.
Huh.
USC was hard sledding the rest of the game. All right, Kansas State, keep doing what you're doing. Attack them seams. Get this running game going. It is 2nd and 4. We are hit the midway point of the third quarter.
You know, if someone doesn't adjust, you just keep hitting those gaps. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
They're going to run the ball here. It's going to be in the C gap, or the A gap or the B gap. It's going to be right there where the fullback
That
just
is
ran
the
into.
A gap, and it's Deuce Vaughn picking up 7 for a first down. So Kansas State's got that first down, and that first down is always important for drives.
I'm not sure if this is just stereotyping the Midwest, but does Kansas State seem like the type of team who's just really nice?
Sure. I've never really thought about it. I would say yes. So Will Howard's going to drop back, empty backfield. Oh, feeling pressure over the middle, and it should have been picked. The tight end Dooley got in the way and saved probably a pick 6.
Yeah, that's a huge mistake there for the cornerback. Really bad read, in my opinion.
It was thrown behind him.
Never, if you have a crossing route, you can't throw it behind. Dem the rules.
Dem the rules, because you throw it behind, it's going to go to the defender who's in trail position.
You gotta lead.
So we are 2nd and 10. Will Howard gets new chance of life. Deuce Vaughn going to get in there for a gain of 4, and it will bring up a 3rd and 6.5.
Ooh, let's see if he's right. I think it's going to be closer to 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. Oh!
All right, but let's see where the ball is.
6.5. That's an over-under situation.
I said 6.5. I said 6.5. Listen, I'm not being paid by ESPN. I'm being paid by no one, so I can make mistakes.
That's not true. We're being paid by Mom.
Oh, thanks, Mom.
Thanks for supporting us. 4th and 1 pod. Anchor.fm/4th
It was only a gain of 3. It is right on the hash mark. So here
They
we go.
always put it on
3rd
the
and
hash
7.
mark.
Howard. TCU comes with pressure. Howard escapes. No one in front of him. Going to pick up the first down. Howard using his legs. The ball is at the 50. First down, K-State.
Howard is the last name. Scale 1 to 10. 3, 2, 1,
7.
2. Wow. Okay, we're very.
TCU came with the blitz and barely missed Will Howard's ankles to trip him up. They're going fast. Howard flings it to the outside to that is Brooks, and he will make a toe tap catch along the sideline for a gain of, I'm going to say 6. It's going to be 2nd and 4.
I'm going to say an obvious thing here. If you bring pressure, you got to tackle the quarterback.
It was a gain of 4, so it's 2nd and 6. Got my numbers backwards.
Okay, we still love you. Cheez-Its need to come up with new commercials.
They do. This commercial has been out for like 3 years now.
And it's not the whole mature cheese thing. It wasn't a good thing to start off with.
2nd and 6. Give to Deuce Vaughn. He will go up the middle for a gain of 3.
I'm really impressed here. What Kansas State has come out and done is really start establishing more of that run game in the second half, which gives Howard more time in the pocket and requires the linebackers, instead of dropping back in coverages, to really stack the box.
Tap catch, Mom, is where you catch the ball and you have time just to tap your toes inbounds before you go out of bounds.
So possession, then keeping your toes inbounds.
Basically, just your feet just have enough space to just do a quick little tap inbounds and you're out. 3rd and 3. Give to Deuce Vaughn, and they stop him again. So it will be 4th and a yard and a half. And now what do you do if you're K-State?
One could say it's a 4th and 1. I don't know, because this is literally
This
the
is
title
literally the title of our podcast.
the title and the model of our podcast.
Listen, your defense has been playing well. TCU has not shown the
It's
ability
a
to march
long
downfield.
one too,
It is, like I said, it's a yard and
and
a
they're
half.
going for it.
I say you punt it here.
I would have punted it as well.
But I like the moxie, especially since you were stopped earlier, which turned into a TCU field goal.
Big man package.
They do give it off, and this time they're going to get it, K-State is.
They did not put in Deuce Vaughn.
They did give
that
it
his
to the
name?
bigger running. They sub Deuce Vaughn out. They give it to the bigger running back. I actually thought it looked like a false start on him. But yes,
He didn't follow their fullback, which is interesting. He went the opposite way. I wonder if that was designed or not. They really like that weird kind of pistol formation. We got trios to the bottom of your screen, and they're going to run a little bubble screen here.
to the man who just caught to RJ Garcia, who just caught the touchdown on their last
That
drive.
dude is skinny. He needs to eat some more McDonald's.
I think he's a freshman. So it was a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Ooh, Gabriel
Toledo
Jesus
is
out. That's not
driving
good.
inside of Ohio territory.
It's not good. Brazil's Gabriel Jesus, they're probably done. Oh, a
They
little
will
toss
toss it
play.
to Vaughn, and Vaughn will be able to pick up 6 yards, which will bring up another 3rd down, and it will bring up 3rd and 3.
Listen, Vaughn's probably going to have a very good career in the NFL. If not, his hands are actually saving his butt right now, because it is very good for a. That's really dope. He has some really good hands, and he would be a pretty good slot receiver. Because he's so quick, he'd still be a matchup nightmare for some cornerbacks.
So it is 3rd and 4. Will Howard is alone in the backfield, trips to the bottom of the screen. Deuce Vaughn to the top. They coming with pressure. Howard's going to go down back near midfield. They are out of field goal range. They are well behind the chains now. 4th down. TCU forces a punt. And could we see another second half comeback from the Horned Lizards?
It's very possible that we will. I mean, their defense has decided to show up. The offensive line has clearly regressed from the first half and has just been owned. Luckily, Howard hasn't made stupid decisions. And so we're going to punt it away here on the 45, it looks like. It's going to be on Kansas State. Kansas State.
And will stop it at the 1 yard line. Did he get in? They're signaling touchback. So in college, the ball has to break the plane, and it does indeed, in fact, look like the ball.
No?
Yeah,
break the plane.
In college, it has to break the plane.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm used to soccer rules where it's the outside of the line,
where it
and it has to be
correct.
all of it.
No, yeah, which is
Which
the
I prefer-
dumbest thing.
No, I prefer
100%.
out.
No.
I think it should be the outside of the line, but it should be any part of it.
Oh, yeah, correct. Any part of the ball, outside part of the ball. Yeah.
I think unless it's the sides, because I kind of like that would stop play a ton, but it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Chris Kringle fish sticks.
Okay. As I'm trying to figure out how to spell ornaments.
That's a weird. This is where I just use voice text normally.
Ornament. It's ORNA.
Oh,
Just so you know.
that's strange.
Okay, so here we are. We are now at commercial of both games. Okay, great. Okay, so what else is there to talk about? Let's talk about the games tonight, shall we?
Oh yeah, let me fart and pick up the games here.
Michigan, Purdue. Listen, a lot of people taking Purdue to cover. Purdue, when facing top 3 teams, AP top 3 teams, under Jeff Brom.
Yeah.
3-0. Aiden O'Connell, when facing top 3 teams, Purdue's quarterback in his career, 4-0. Purdue has the most upsets of, when they are unranked, beating AP top 5 teams in the history of the sport with 9. Is Michigan looking at a slip up in the Big Ten title game tonight against Purdue?
Well, obviously, I'm never going to leave anything out for Michigan. They're pretty bad sometimes. They are 15.5-point favorites.
See, that number's come down from 17.5.
Which is fair. 17.5 was a little bit high. The analytics are saying they're an 89% to win. You put Donovan Edwards, and listen, you got the best O-line in college football. You got the best defense in college football. You have to just remember to rely on what you got, and Michigan has shown that they're able to make adjustments. So as long as they make those adjustments, that's what matters. And that's what I'm going to say. If they don't make adjustments, they're going to die. If they do make adjustments, they're going to be fine.
Okay.
Also, where did
they
Aiden
are
O'Connell-
the best second half team in all of college football?
Where did Aiden O'Connell play before Purdue?
I think he played at Purdue. What? I think he played at Purdue.
You just gave me two different. He's 4-0.
Yeah, but the coach.
Oh, the
He's
coach
been there
is new.
longer than the coach, I think.
Got it.
Also, he is going to play tonight. Apparently, his brother dies, so T's and P's, Aiden O'Connell.
Oh, yikes.
His
Okay,
brother
that's not
died
good.
After last week's game.
Yeah, that's not good. Why did his brother die?
I'm not sure, but he'll be mourning the loss of his brother during this game. Meanwhile, Toledo is on the Ohio 11-yard line. Just got tackled in the backfield, so now they're on the 13-yard line of Ohio. Again, field goal here, touchdown here might end the game for Ohio. Max Duggan, meanwhile, going to drop back, going to throw it deep. Got Quentin Johnson wide open.
Oh, he got tripped up. Uh-oh.
Duggan is still down in the backfield, took a ginormous shot. But they are now deep into K-State territory, knocking on the red zone. Ticking now inside of 2 minutes of the third quarter. TCU threatening.
As I said earlier, they're knocking on heaven's door.
Oh, big shot.
Heaven's
Matt
door.
Duggan right under the armpit. That's got to be ribs. That's ribs.
Being a Dallas Cowboys end zone this time instead of a Detroit Lions.
So Duggan's going to give it to Kendre Miller, who will get 4 yards. It will be 2nd and 6. So Quentin Johnson, again, one-on-one outside. Duggan kind of just throws it to the middle of the field. Cornerback not paying attention.
That was a touchdown if the safety didn't come in.
Safety kind of came over after he caught it, tripped him up. They are on the K-State 26-yard line. Now, it is 2nd and 7. Quentin Johnston has 4 catches for 139 yards. Duggan going to take it, and he will fake to Kendre Miller and fire it over the middle.
Oh, I was expecting a flag there. That looked like pass interference
and
to
it
me.
was broken up by K-State.
There's about 11 and a half minutes left.
And that
Toledo,
looked like
Ohio
a pole.
game.
It looked like
okay, so I'm not being crazy here.
No.
At the
The
TCU game.
cornerback put his hand on his back, and you can see he pulled him down 100%.
Those are hard to get called sometimes, I feel like.
So it is now 3rd and 7. They are in field goal territory, so a field goal would make it a 1-point game. Duggan from the gun. Miller in the backfield beside him. Gonna loft it for Quentin Johnson. That's got to be pass interference. It is. It's in the end zone. Brent is having a tough time with Quentin Johnston, who stayed down for a minute, did some push-ups on his knuckles, got back up. It happened in the end zone. This will probably be placed at the 2-yard line.
I'm just seeing here.
Oh,
there's a lot of pushing on both.
He
tackled him. He grabbed him by the chest plate and brought him down. That's pass interference. I'm not saying that. Did Ohio just score? What just happened in the MAC game?
So it will be a 15-yard penalty. So the ball will be placed on the 5-yard line. So TCU can get a touchdown here and go up 3 points. There is a minute left in the
Toledo
third
just
quarter.
scored a touchdown, so congratulations to the Toledo Rockets as the 2022 MAC champions.
Yes. Toledo Rockets just scored again. Ohio is playing with their backup quarterback.
Sorry,
So
everyone just had to see
Duggan
that.
gonna stand in the pocket, gonna have to sprint, and will be tackled right at the line of scrimmage, which was at the 11-yard line as we tick under a minute to go.
I let this. Oh, you're not going to be able to. There's not going to be enough play clock. I would just try to take it easy and go into the fourth quarter here. You got the momentum. Oh my gosh, you don't want to give them any more time than you have to give them in order to win this football game. And oh my gosh, guys, just he's down. It's fine. So, yeah, if I'm wasting clock here, I'm going to run the ball again.
So Duggan will snap this with about 12 seconds to go and give it to DeMarcado, the backup running back, who will get 3.
That'll take us into the fourth quarter.
So when we get back, it will be 3rd and 7 from the Kansas 11-yard line.
Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one struggling today.
I just wasn't paying attention.
That's fair. This is more important.
So, fourth quarter we go.
It's going to be close.
The
They're down 4.
3 team in the nation down 4, but driving. CFP hopes might be hanging in the balance.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit of disrespect. No?
I do too, but the committee loves some Alabama and loves some Ohio State.
OHIO, no, we lost to Michigan for 2 years in a row.
Oh, that's good. Very well done, sir. As he's not paying attention.
According to my brother-in-law, the doctor that will be doing his surgery was the dude definitely seemed very competitive, competent. Oh, competent. I thought he was competitive.
Sure.
But
English
also,
competent.
like, he might have to leave the frat house to get to the surgery on time. And apparently Micaiah knows exactly who that is, just by the definition.
Hold on. Let me call Carrie down here.
Okay.
Just real quick. Okay. I want to preface this by knowing that Carrie knows all of the surgeons that work at my work because she worked on an ortho floor at the hospital. Okay. So, Simeon asked who's the surgeon.
No, I did not ask
It doesn't
because I
matter.
don't care.
It doesn't
Someone in my wife's family chat asked who the surgeon was for Cameron's Achilles injury. The description he said is, I can't remember the dude's name, but he's definitely a dude. Seemed very competent, but also like he might have to leave the frat house to get to the surgery on time.
Dr. Sherman, everyone.
110%, Dr. Sherman.
I mean, I don't know if they do baby ones. Does Clyde act like that?
No, 100% not.
Clyde
But
kind of acts like a scared high schooler sometimes.
a little bit. He kind of looks like a scared high schooler sometimes. Again, very competent surgeon, but 100% very accurate.
Kind of
Right
an
on.
asshole.
We call Dr. Sherman,
Yeah,
the frat boy that he is. That's what we call him.
I gotta
in
look
months.
him up.
I say he looks like a hockey player.
Yes, that's a good description. Right now, he kind of
Dr.
looks.
Thomas I. Sherman.
Yeah, right now he actually looks like Aaron Rodgers because he grew his hair out and
Oh.
has a beard.
Oh no. Doesn't he look like a hockey
Oh
player?
my gosh, this dude! Yeah, he looks like a hockey player.
He looks like
the
a
gap
hockey
in the
player
teeth
frat
and
boy.
everything.
Yeah.
The gap in
Mhm.
the teeth and
Oh, I
everything.
don't know if we should tell the internet this.
He's public. It doesn't matter. Sucks to suck.
Again,
For-
great,
Who's watching
everyone,
now?
great.
Do you have viewers now?
Yeah, 3 of them.
Three
I'm not
of
sure
them.
who they all are.
Well, it's mom and dad and someone else. What's that? We covered that. That's old. Again, very excellent surgeon. We are not knocking him. We're just saying, we're just
He can be a little mean sometimes.
okay, but that
He's
doesn't
mean to me.
that doesn't mean he's not a good
Listen,
surgeon.
doctors seem to be mean to almost everyone. Okay, so especially people who put scopes in buttholes and other things like that.
GI doctors are usually very nice.
None of the GI doctors I worked with this week.
All righty. Well, scopes in butthole.
Simeon's getting a scope in his butthole.
Oh, Uncle Chris has joined the chat.
Ah,
Hello!
the one who matters.
So, Uncle Chris, I'm not going to get you caught up. Look up how this game is going. But it is 21-17, 3rd and 7. Max Duggan from the 8-yard line
You have a mic. I don't know if you know
of K-State. It's just going to happen.
He yells as a
Shotgun,
general.
full blitz coming. Quinston Johnson. Max Duggan throws an interception.
Uh-oh. Well, that's no bueno.
I think that's the wrong color.
What a mistake by Max Duggan. Tried to go to one-on-one with Quentin Johnston, his number 1 receiver, but because of the pressure was unable to get it lofted high enough and in the back corner of the end zone where it needed to be.
Should put TikTok live up. Probably get good viewers there.
Wow.
Yeah, we probably would, but that requires effort on my part.
So, what looked like at the very least,
Yeah.
turning it into a 1-point game has now turned this into a 4-point deficit still with K-State the ball with Deuce Vaughn running but only getting a yard. So TCU
Duke
at
hasn't
every
been good, Chad.
opportunity has shot themselves in the foot.
Look at this, my
And
old
here
man.
is Duke. Hello, Duke. Do you have anything to say? Anything at all? Nothing at all.
Okay. He is wearing a Michigan collar, so go blue.
You gotta show him. This way.
I would rather.
Come here.
Move down to speed.
All right.
Nope. Oh, that camera can't really see.
Oh, you move your head up. There it is. There it is. Yeah, that's a beautiful collar, Duke.
So,
All right.
Will Howard, Deuce Vaughn, and K-State.
This is
The offense takes over.
This has turned into a very interesting game.
Is that all you
Is that him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I was right. All right. They will throw an out route to Kennedy Brooks, who is
Is he going to get
flung
flagged for
out of
that?
bounds,
No, they're not.
picks up the first
That's
down,
fine.
and K-State gets that first down of the
and
drive.
apparently Ohio almost just scored a touchdown.
All right. So maybe the game isn't over in the MAC.
It probably is. Let's not lie.
They are up 3 scores
Yeah, that's the main reason.
with 8 minutes to go.
Oh, your dad's been watching for a while.
Yes,
Yes,
he
he
has
has.
been. Our parents are very supportive of our
I
hobby.
thought when I came down for those conversations, you said no one was watching.
At that point, they were not. But they will give to Deuce Vaughn, who will pick up
Like
Who will-
7 yards.
who will pick up 7. So it will be 2nd and 4, 2nd
You
and
can't
3.
guesstimate that.
Well, it depends on where he was flung down.
Herb's clicker.
Herbie's clicker.
Duke's now in his house.
That's where.
Is that all you needed?
That's
Yeah,
all.
that's
I
all
need.
we
Yes.
wanted.
Nice to carry.
Thanks, Carrie.
Thanks, Gary.
I had to do.
Oh, and my dad said nice to Carrie.
Thanks, Darrell.
She said thanks to Rel.
Alrighty, so
Here
second
we
and
are.
3.
Hey, look at that,
TCU's
7.
now got to get a stop.
TCU has to get a
We are
stop
getting
here.
into crunch time. Will Howard will
Or
keep it on the quarterback keeper, get the first down, take it into TCU territory at the 49-yard line.
Very nicely done.
K-State on the move now. If this score holds,
Yeah.
or it becomes a 7-point game, TCU makes the playoff with a loss.
Yeah, I think so. There's a part of me that kind of wished that Kansas State could go in. Or Kansas.
Well, with the new 12-team playoff format, K-State would. So here we go. It is 1st and 10, 49-yard line of TCU. K-State with the ball will give it to Vaughn, and he will get 6 yards, and it will be 2nd and 4. Or I'm sorry, that's Giddens, not Vaughn. So K-State, I'm assuming, a very good rushing team, rushes for over 200 yards a game, is going to go Michigan and lean on that offensive line.
I think you gotta. If I am K-State, I want to eat up as much clock as possible, and I want to move the ball. And I'm telling my offensive line, guys, we're hitting blocks, we're blocking gaps, we're pushing people over, we're making pancakes. This is what we're doing as they do go to
Give
that.
it to Deuce Vaughn, and Deuce is loose. Deuce down the sideline. One man to beat. He beats him. Touchdown, K-State.
Well, I mean, it was nice. It was a nice story, TCU. You guys tried so hard.
So TCU goes from possibly taking the lead to down 7.
As
Or
Roberto
down
says,
11 now.
and pardon our French, pardon his French, TCU defense is fucking bad.
Which,
And
yes, you got one-on-one in space, and you both
he
the
breaks your ankle.
defenders
He breaks your ankle.
fell down.
So good for Deuce Vaughn. Happy story. Happy times.
So it is now an 11-point game. Still time to go, but TCU, you needed to stop. You couldn't get it.
I mean, does a real team do real playoff teams lose? Like, is that what is our expectations for a playoff team? Is that why we're going to the 12 team football?
A playoff team in the current format, 14, you're allowed one loss. It just has to be to a good opponent, close.
Okay.
So if you lose to the number 10 team in the nation,
Well, the only reason they're number 10 is because they wanted to make a. They wanted to
well,
make this
let's
game
not
good.
get into that. But yeah, I mean, but K-State's a good quality opponent.
You know, it's not that hard to like. I don't know, code something that like. Okay, I hate to bring up soccer again, but I'm going to for 2 seconds.
Okay.
There are clear defined rules for placement and rankings within soccer, right? Now they go by a point-based system where a win equals 3 points and a tie equals 1 point and
Right.
a loss equals no points, right?
Sure.
But you can easily do that with the statistics that we have in football. You know, a win is a win, and a win over a ranked team is better than a win over a non-ranked team, and more points minus points given up is better. So that inquires total all-around offense is a good thing. Same thing with you could do total yards. These could be tiebreakers, right? So average number of points scored minus average number of points allowed sort of thing. Plus, you know, you figure out how to do a ranked team evaluation sort of deal. And all of a sudden we can take this out where these teams could look totally different. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just going on one of my classic rants.
I think it's one of your classic rants again. They're very different sports.
Right, but I'm saying you could easily make a ranking that we can take the people out of it. I don't like the fact that people are in it.
But I think I like the fact that people are in it because it gives it the human error factor.
Yeah, that's just stupid, though.
Why
would we add human error when we don't need human error?
Because human error is involved in the actual gameplay as well. Like, if you're going to take human error out of rankings, then you better make sure that on a blown face mask call or a blown pass interference that cost the team a game, that is going to be reviewed and overturned right there on the field, right? You know what I'm saying?
I'd be okay with that.
So
put GPS trackers in the ball, too.
Why would you put GPS trackers?
So that you know exactly where the ball was at its forward momentum and can place it.
Yeah, I guess. But even you see in soccer, right? There's still, even with all of their rankings and their points and all of that stuff, things still go wrong.
Yeah, but not as often.
Right, but that's what makes.
We're not talking like the hand of God goal here.
That's what makes college football awesome, is that sometimes there is
a human error.
Human error,
much
and
like
chaos.
Much like night games, you're wrong because of tradition.
I'm right. So TCU needs a tutty now. Down 11. You got to get a touchdown on this drive. Again, Max Duggan had
Yep.
a chance to enter himself into the Heisman contender. He's out. I don't know what you do with the Heisman at this point. Do you give it to Caleb Williams based on the last two of the last 3 weeks? I mean, at this point, I would say Corum's still got to be in there. CJ Stroud, you give it to him, although he didn't beat Michigan. I'm not sure where you go at this point with it at all. Somehow I do feel like it will just end up going to Caleb Williams.
It's not the most successful. It's the best
Ohio
college
didn't score,
football
by the
player.
way.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what it was.
Okay.
Exactly. It's not the. Well, where am I? What
It's
am
the
I-
most outstanding college
It's
football.
the most outstanding college football player. So wins don't matter.
So, but then if it is truly based on that, well, then the most outstanding football player, you can go to the FCS. You can go to Incarnate Ward, who is an
Sure.
FCS guy.
I don't know if you're allowed to if those things go down to the FCS level.
Oh, that's offside.
It's a free
We're going
play.
to take a shot here down the sideline.
Can't even.
So
intercept
it
that.
was an offsides penalty by Kansas State. So it will be free yardage for TCU.
What is a personnel consultant?
He consults on the personnel of the team.
Would assume him and Brent Selleck are personnel consultants.
Brent Selleck, the former Eagles.
Yeah,
tight end? For
Darren
who?
Sproles and
Oh.
Brent Selleck are Eagles.
So it is now
Personnel
2nd and
consultants.
1. TCU's again desperately needs points down inside of 11 minutes. Kendre Miller picks up the first down after a gain of 5. And so TCU, as this ball will tick down near 10 minutes, has the ball down 11. Again, plenty of time with the score here if your defense gets a stop. Meanwhile, TCU playoffs, I feel like they need to make this a one-possession game to kind of lock up their argument. He will throw it deep to Quentin Johnson. That looked like pass interference.
And they
It
do
was.
get a
They
flag.
call it. That'll be 15 yards. At this point, you just go one-on-one with Quentin Johnston. You throw it up and either hope for a catch or pass interference.
I think that's the game plan that they're currently doing right now. Are these Big 12 refs, by the way? I would assume. Do
yes.
you get okay? I wasn't sure if they kind of like, oh, the big SEC gets Big 10 refs,
No.
the Pac-12 gets Big 10 refs. That sort of thing. Like they rotate around, so you get these non. Yeah, dear Lord, dude, that's not how you guard.
Again, Brent, the corner who just committed the penalty, also made the interception in the end zone.
And also
So-
made another pass interference penalty.
Right, to get them down early or near the end zone. So it's kind of a living what's that? No,
Live and let live.
no, live by the sword, died by the sword
Oh,
situation.
Yeah, that's fair. Again, and
Oh!
he dropped it. Thompson Longwater?
So that would have been a touchdown
He
if Duggan
dropped it.
was on the money.
Nah, he dropped it. That was
down
a
the
drop.
seam.
That was a dropped pass. Again, they're doing these seam plays where they're requiring the safety to make a decision. So that looks like more of a drop pass than anything to me.
Well, also the receiver kind of headed towards the goal. If he would have kind of flattened out because the safety was coming over because they were in a cover 3 situation,
yeah,
that's a touchdown.
throw it.
Duggan's got to get rid of it. Does downfield and
throws
throws another
another-
pick. Oh, he dropped it.
That was going to be huge
That
for
would have been the
Kansas
game
State.
clincher.
What is going on here? Because that guy was no close to that ball. All right, so it's another Brent situation here.
So he
Oh.
did full Max Duggan. The receiver did end up falling down. Brent had a chance for a interception that would have sealed the game, and when he went airborne, he came down and came loose. So it's 3rd and 10. TCU feels like a situation over the middle, and Duggan very inaccurate. It is 4th and 10, and you got to go for this.
You do, and the interesting thing is he seemed to be getting tired, and he seemed to be getting more flustered as he plays.
Well,
Because he's gotten more he's gotten more inaccurate as the day has gone along.
And he's getting beat up, very frustrated with himself here. I think you got to go for this. It is 4th and 10. 14 seconds on the play clock. They're going to get set. They are at the Kansas State 46-yard line.
This is kind of the game.
This feels like the game.
At least for TCU.
Shotgun. Duggan sets. Fires! And it's held on to by Tay Barber.
Yeah, Tay Barber is going to need a moment. Definitely got the wind knocked out of him, if not worse. Got lit up after he held on to the ball. But I will give these TCU receivers credit. They have been hit hard, and they have held on to the ball besides the one time that Quentin Johnston got a forced fumble after getting hit.
It was on the money. It was high. He left his receiver exposed. The only way he can make this, Tay Barber, credit to him. Normally that shot right in the ribs jars that ball free, hung on to it. Wind is definitely knocked out. Maybe some broken ribs. We're going to commercial. TCU keeps its season alive as of right now.
That was huge, great clutch play by everyone involved. Possible Tay Barber's knocked out, though, for the rest of the season, because if it's a broken rib, he's not playing on it.
So Ohio to the MAC, by the way, down 10, ball on their own 6-yard line. Well, now it's on their own 24-yard line at the 4-minute mark.
They are down 10 points.
They are down 10 points, so they are trying to score very quick and do an onside kick situation. Again, Ohio playing with their backup quarterback came in at 9-3, losing to Toledo currently 17-10. Toledo does have the best defense in the MAC, so it does appear like Toledo is going to be the MAC champions. Neither team is ranked, so neither team will get a New Year's Six game. However, a lot of pride on the line for this MAC conference, as there tends to be each year.
They wouldn't even get a New Year's Six game anyway.
If you are the highest ranked Group of 5 team, you do get a New Year's Six game.
Which one?
It's normally like the Cotton Bowl.
Oh, interesting. Did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because that was the year UCF's national championship year.
It was UCF. They made the Sugar Bowl that year. It depends where the college football playoff. Western Michigan with Row the Boat Man.
Oh, yeah. And Minnesota.
Made it the one year. Cincinnati, would have been in line as well. So last year, if they had not made the college football playoff. So this year we are looking at the I'm sorry. I forget who we're looking at this year to maybe make that. We are looking at Tulane UCF. Yeah. So the American is in line.
Whoever wins.
Tulane wins. Yeah. I believe they are in. Let's see who the highest Group of 5 ranked.
I think
it is Tulane.
I was going to say it's either Tulane or.
It is Tulane at 18 right now. UCF would be 22. You would think they would get it if they beat Tulane today. And then that's it. So after that, it would be who else would be able to make it? Coastal was in it, but after their drubbing last week, they're out.
So it's Coastal Troy. Troy's not ranked either, right?
Troy's not ranked either, but they could be.
Trying to find. It's nice.
So we are back at the Big 12 title game. We are showing currently the college football playoff rankings. So Hypnotoad flags are out. Here we go. First down after a big 4th down conversion at the Kansas State 30-yard line. 9 minutes, 47 seconds to go. Still plenty of time to get some points here, make a defensive stop, and then go down and do what you got to do on the other end. Duggan, pressured. Duggan, rolling right. He will tuck. He will go. He has space. He will get a first down and more. Flag comes. He's down at the Kansas State 6-yard line, but is this coming back for a hold?
It's close.
It is coming back for a hold. The right tackle was called for it. Since he rolled right, it would make sense that the tackle, Sonny Dykes, does not agree. And I'm looking right now for everyone. So again, he doesn't know. Yes, it is a hold. He let go. He let go just a moment too late. Again, right tackle doesn't know his quarterback's going to scramble. So we are at the Kansas State 40-yard line now instead of the 6-yard line. And
Yeah,
first
'cause
and
we
20.
Back up 10. Sorry, this is
Ticking down now, down near 9 minutes. Duggan throws back foot into traffic.
almost intercepted
Almost
too.
picked off. Threw in the direction of Tay Barber, who came back in after missing a play.
You know, the interesting thing here is you're actually okay with all of this because they're eating the time. They're eating the clock for you. It's
I call it you make the team eat themselves.
yeah, I like that a lot. You know, if you're Kansas State, right, you're down, you're up by a touchdown would get them down by 3. So, you know, you don't have necessarily the more that you think.
Second and 20.
Thank you.
Duggan
Hold on.
gonna go out to Kendre Miller, who makes a man miss and will get about 6-yard line. So it will be 3rd and 14. You got 2 downs to convert this time.
Thank you, man. If you eat your own clock, you don't have another full possession that you can give the other team.
Yes,
you have to onside kick. That's what I was trying to say.
The greatest example of this, you are correct. The
Uh-huh.
greatest example of this is what Michigan did to Ohio State last year
Yes,
in 2021, not this
even
year.
a little bit this year.
A little bit this year, but mostly they just kind of killed him with big plays. All
Yeah.
right. So you want to get half of this back. It's 3rd and 14. You want to make this 4th and 7 or
Max
shorter.
Duggan is 1 for
Duggan.
9 on 3rd downs today.
Duggan will fire to Jared
And he's going
Wiley,
to
who
be
goes
1
up.
for 10 on 3rd downs, but you're definitely
2
going to
for
go
10.
for it.
They made that. That was
No,
completed.
That wasn't a that wasn't a first down though.
Oh, so TCU, I see. I thought you were talking about completed passes.
No. On 3rd downs.
Okay.
How many 3rd downs he's converted?
Right. Okay, so they're actually down 11.
No, they're not.
They're
No, they
going
are
to kick
down
a
11.
field goal on 4th and 4. Simeon, agree or disagree with this?
You know, I get what you're trying to do here. You're trying to set it up, give them enough time to run another possession, allow your defense to make a stop, and then you have to get a touchdown.
42-yard attempt, and he sneaks it inside the left upright.
I wouldn't have done this. That's what
I
want
would have gone for it as well.
I
on
prefer
4th
to.
and
It's
4.
easier to get a field goal in the end than it is to get a touchdown.
I 100% agree with you. So TCU's defense has to make a stop. That's what it is. It is 28-20 with 7:28 to go. Again, you have a tie. You have enough time to get a stop, go
Yeah.
for a drive.
I understand what he was trying to do. I don't necessarily think I agree with the strategy, but potato, and we'll see what happens.
Again, a 1-score loss to the number 10 team in your conference championship game, we both believe gets you into the
I
college
think so.
football playoff.
There's no one else.
They keep throwing the statistics up. Georgia's got a 99.9% chance to make it. Michigan's 99.6%. So they're pretty much guarantees in. You would have to imagine the only way they would both not be in is if they get just absolutely railroaded 56-0
Right.
today. So in both in their conference championships. TCU had an 85% chance, and then it was
Honestly, I think they
Ohio State
could get railroaded and they'd still get in.
who?
Both of Georgia
both
and
Georgia
Michigan.
and Michigan, probably. We're both hoping for that not to happen because then that would affect seeding. TCU, here's the big thing now. TCU loses this game one possession.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State's in probably more than likely, right?
Mm-hmm.
Michigan, Georgia win, take care of business. So they're both 1-2 as they are now.
TCU 3.
So do you drop? That's the question.
Ohio State 4.
Do you drop TCU below Ohio State? because then that sets up Michigan, Ohio State semifinal rematch. I would hate to see that.
Yeah, no, you want to set it up for a possible Ohio State Michigan national championship. That's more sexy.
So how the committee could put this in my mind.
Or okay, listen, if you put Ohio State at 4, you get one of two narratives. A, the game on the biggest stage,
Right.
or rematch of last year's semifinals.
Either way works.
Right.
How I think the committee justifies not dropping TCU even with a loss below Ohio State. They're both one-loss non-conference champions.
Yeah.
But I think how the committee would justify it, or at least how I would justify it, is TCU got there.
Yeah.
TCU got to the conference championship.
Yep.
Ohio State is not. TCU had that extra game.
Yeah.
So they belong in front of Ohio State. And this isn't regular season. There's not a game after this.
Right.
So again, it would justify not having the rematch in the semifinal, because then I think what the committee's thinking is they think Michigan and Georgia are the two best teams. You don't want to knock out one of your best teams in the semifinal.
Correct. Oh, that's trippy.
It's called the Hypnotoad. They play it on the board at in Fort Worth.
I like that.
So we are back. TCU is about to kick off here. Thank you, everyone who's been listening to us this whole time, intake 2, and if you listened intake 1, it's been great. TCU did just kick a field goal, and Kansas State will take over at their own 21-yard line.
That was smart for him to bring it out, chew up that clock.
It is 28-20. Mistakes really have kind of been the theme of this game, and off target third down passing by Matt Duggan. So Matt Duggan, the drive before they just got the field goal, drove all the way down on a third down pass, was unable to throw it to the back pylon for Quentin Johnson, got intercepted. What would now be a 20, let's just say they got a field goal, a 23-28 game is now an 8-point game instead of a 5.
Yep.
So here we go. K-State, Will Howard, Deuce Vaughn, they will give it. You're going to see a heavy dose of Deuce Vaughn, and that's going nowhere.
Do you think here that you're just running the ball to eat up as much clock as you can?
Absolutely not. You are not running the ball 3 straight plays
and then giving it back to them?
Wasting 2 minutes or so and giving it back to them because of how, with pass interferences of late on the last 2 drives, Quentin Johnson, quick stride offense. Don't forget, Kendre Miller hasn't gotten going yet.
Right.
And he's popped a long run in the second half of every game. TCU, 5 second half comebacks, 8 come from behind wins, leads the nation. That is a read option. It is a first down to Brooks.
Actually, an RPO, technically.
RPO. Thank you for correcting me. It is first down K-State.
That's big for Kansas State. More first downs, the better. And don't start ticking
7.
like a clock. It sucks, and that's a just bad bit that
we
you
are
do.
Inside 7 minutes now. So they're going to be able to probably hold it. If they don't get another yard and have to punt, they're going to get it within 4 minutes.
Yeah, you said that mistakes has kind of been the theme of this game. I think another theme of this game has just been the difference between it's not Tim Howard. What's the quarterback's name? Will Howard and Max Duggan, and the poise that Will Howard seems to have over Max Duggan. I think it's big. What is the read option or RPO? Read option is
a run play.
Yeah, that you're reading the defensive end. You don't block him, and then you basically free up.
Either the running back or quarterback can keep it. RPO is a run pass option. So it has like the read option element. He can either hand it to the running back, he can either pull it or run it himself, or he can throw it. As that is a great play by the corner.
Huge
kept the outside by Perry, kept the outside arm free. It will bring up 3rd and 7 now. We are inside 6 minutes, 5.5 minutes actually to go here. So they will get this ball within 4 minutes to go, even with no stop, which will leave TCU tick, tick, tick.
You did it anyway. I can't believe you. Yeah, I don't know. Max Duggan looks a little bit scared right now. K-State 3rd and 6. So their defense is showing up. Can they happen here again? Will Howard is 3 for 7 on 3rd downs. And 2 of those became
3rd and
first
6.
downs.
Howard drops back, looking, no pressure, deep. sideline, one-on-one, Deuce Vaughn, perfect coverage, and he flags. No.
Lots
So
of yelling.
TCU gets a stop with 4:54 to go. K-State will punt the ball back. So TCU will have about 4 minutes, 45 seconds or so to go.
Listen, K-State has been showing up. That was a great route by Deuce Vaughn.
Perry, the guy who made the tackle to make it 4th and 6.
3rd and 6.
Perfect. 3rd and 6 made it perfect one-on-one coverage.
And with that and in completion, Toledo
They got
Rockets
one more. They got one more pass.
are the MAC champions.
Yeah, we deemed this at the beginning of the 4th quarter. So K-State punts it away. DeMario Davis
does the smart thing, calls for a
Well,
fair
I'm sorry.
catch.
That is Tate Barber. There is a flag on the play. Let's see
It's going
what
to be
it
an
is.
illegal block in the back, most likely, or roughing the punter. So it's moving.
Or
Either-
holding.
Either way, it's moving up.
It will be moving back, actually. It's on TCU.
No.
Oh. So it was an illegal formation on K-State. More than 4 men in the backfield. So it will take it from what was the 15-yard line to about the 20-yard line. 4 minutes, 47 seconds to go. You need a TD. You need 2-point conversions. I've got to go hit the little ladies' room
Little boy's room.
for...
Listen.
Did you just assume my gender?
Oh, my gosh. Listen.
I'll be right back.
You got to bring pressure if you're K-State.
I disagree. That gives them one-on-one coverage.
You want to bring in, here's why. Actually, I'm going to wait till he comes back, and then I'm going to prove him wrong like I normally do. Because I'm better than him, and that's just how this works. Not actually. But it's an interesting situation that Kansas State finds themselves in. Sorry, TCU finds themselves in. I'll tell you guys, I think they should bring pressure because he's shaken, and pressure has been shown to be effective today. You have an opinion of reading a book or taking your dog for a walk and being a responsible pet owner. I mean, I prefer to take my dog for a walk than read a book, but that's because I'm more of a active person and I love dogs than reading. But normally when I take my dog for a walk, I'm listening to like a podcast or even possibly a book. So 2 birds, 1 stone. Uncle Chris asked if I had an opinion on reading a book or taking my dog for a walk and being a responsible pet owner.
You don't have any dogs.
Yes, thank you. I know I don't have any dogs, but I was saying how I was waiting for you to come back because
I
pressure
see.
has been effective.
Oh, I see.
And Max Duggan is clearly rattled.
Well, Uncle Kevin, is this a
Uncle
question?
Chris.
Uncle Chris, I'm sorry. Kevin, what? Answer to previous question.
I don't remember what my previous question was.
Well, if Uncle Chris is asking a question whether he should take a walk or read a book, it depends. If you don't take your dog for a walk, will they be little hoes later in the evening and drive you insane,
ornery.
right? Because if that's the question, then you got to take the dog for a walk. But of course, after this podcast, after the completion of this amazing game,
This is a live stream, not a podcast.
it's the live stream of the podcast.
He can technically, because he's a very smart man, also technically put us in his pocket and take us along on the walk. And then read a book after.
And then read a book after. Well, maybe he likes to go on like 9-mile walks, which will take him all night. You don't know. You don't know him.
No, that's very true.
I mean, you do know him, but you don't know him.
He doesn't seem the type of guy to
Go for a 9-mile walk
Yeah.
with his dog.
Grayson McCall. That's the quarterback for the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers.
Apparently, something is going over our heads.
Yes, things are going over our heads, Mom. It's a current
I
joke.
see what you're saying. What is a read option?
Oh,
All righty. Yes. All righty. Now we
a responsible pet owner.
We get it.
Oh, I'm just gonna go down here at this point. This is my failure stance. I have failed you both.
We get it. But hey, we're trying to take things seriously. TCU at the 20-yard line.
Hey, we're back. Okay.
4 minutes, 40 seconds to go.
Oh,
Duggan keeps it. Duggan on the edge. Duggan gets 15, 35-yard line, first down. 4:40 to go. Clock stops with every first down until the chains are reset.
All right, I'm back up.
Woo,
Responsible
my
pet
heart
owner.
is palpitating.
That's because you just can't walk down the stairs.
All right. Not that out of shape.
Yeah, I know you're
Duggan
more shape
will
than I am.
throw it out to Kendre Miller, and that went nowhere.
Hey, you see what they did? They brought shape. They brought
They
pressure.
brought pressure, yes.
And that threw him.
Again, if I'm Sonny Dykes or his offensive coordinator, I am calling one-on-one situations where you get Quentin Johnston one-on-one locked up when they bring pressure and you heave it down sideline.
Hundo P. But they're still down.
By the way,
8.
Uncle Chris, that was a great joke about the read option.
Yeah.
Here we go. More pressure coming. Duggan's got time. They do go deep to Quentin Johnston, who dropped it.
Told you.
Well, we were both right.
You know what also went over our heads?
What?
Well, that technically went over Quentin Johnston's head.
Well, did it
See
though?
what- Yeah, see?
Oh,
Over the head. See what I said? It came down. I'm like, I don't
It was actually pass interference that was not called, but it went
That's what
right
this-
through his arm.
We get it, Makai. You're good at this game.
We
What is she wearing?
who? The girl in the middle?
Yeah.
It looks like a skirt with a jean jacket crop top mix.
Very bold choice.
Yeah, not what. Okay, so it's 3rd and 15. You got two downs to pick
Squeeze
this
in
up
tight.
this time.
You do have 2 downs.
3:52 left.
And we know you haven't been very good.
Derek,
And-
Garrett Riley, I think. Garrett Riley, I think, is the OC of TCU.
Related to Pat? Oh, wait. No,
Oh,
that's
there
not
you
what
go.
I was
He's got a
thinking of.
lot of space. He's going to slide. It will be 2 yards short of the first down.
So I will
You're
give.
going for this. You got more than half of it back.
Sorry.
This is game.
Yeah, I have to. This is game. Good job on Max Duggan, first of all.
You got to be quicker here.
Exposed. And not Pat Riley. I was thinking Lincoln Riley.
Okay. It is his brother, by the way. It is quarterback draw with Duggan. He picks it up in a whole lot more. Takes a shot at the Kansas State 42-yard line. They're cooking now. It is 1st and 10 with 3:17 to go. Clock stops as they move the chains. There's no flag on the play. Big call to call a quarterback draw.
That
on 4th
was
and 2.
risky, but the lineman made it part like the Red Sea, and now we're moving. Remember, they still have to get a 2-point conversion after
Duggan
this.
gonna throw deep to wide open. It is. There's a flag on the play. It's caught by Hudson. It's probably gonna be offensive pass interference. It's
Max
there
Duggan
was a
took
lot
big
of
hit. Hold on.
separation. Yes, and it is. So it's a 15-yard penalty. So what is a touchdown no longer is.
And that means we're backing up, and they're going to be in a 1st and 25
Oh, that is a
situation.
bad call. Herb Street says it's a good call. I disagree. Lots of hand fighting. Arm was not extended in my personal opinion. So it is 1st and 25 with 3 minutes to go. Herb Street,
TCU fans are clearly not happy with that.
again, you got to get, you got 4 downs to get.
They are
this
back to where we
25-yard line.
started 30 seconds ago.
So they will run it on 1st and 25 with DeMarcano and get 6.
I want to get 7 yards per play here and try to chip away at this thing.
So it is 2nd and 20. So they got 5 yards. It's 2nd and 20. You're trying to get half of it back to make it 3rd and 10.
Yeah.
Duggan, DeMarcano, K-State comes with pressure. He's got a lot of time, cannot take a sack, rolls to his left. He's got a lot of space, and he gets the first down and more. 20, 10, 5. No, he stepped out of bounds somewhere along the way. I'm pretty sure he got the first down, though. Ladies and gentlemen, they're in the red zone. He got the corner. Sorry if I'm blowing out your eardrums. I'm super excited.
No, you're
He
good. I
got the
fixed it.
corner. Thank you, Simeon. First
Where
down.
did
He's
he
going to be
step?
out at the
7.
7-yard line about. It is 1st and goal. Again, a touchdown, 2-point conversion. We are now down to 2:05 left in the Big 12 title game. TCU wins, and they are definitely in the college football playoff. TCU loses, we both believe they're in. This is quarterback power all the way. Duggan runs! Duggan! Touchdown! TCU!
That was a lot. Anyway, on the note, clearly they saw something that Kansas State did not expect Max Duggan to move the ball, and so they just called on his number 3 times. Technically, the second time they didn't call it, but they called on his number 3 times. That's an 8-play, 80-yard, 256, and now they have to complete a 2-point conversion here, and we'll see what Kansas State does.
Both teams still all have 3 timeouts. So with 2 minutes left, you can still get the ball back down to, if you don't convert it, which would be a repeat of the Baylor game, to go and get a game-winning field goal. Duggan takes a snap. Oh, he's got a wide-open man in Jared Wiley. 2 points good. Tie game.
No, I think you should back up about 15 seconds on your stream. I think that's the answer for
Uncle Kevin.
Uncle
Thank
Kevin.
you for spoiling it for me.
And that was a good chuckle. I hope you chuckled at spoiling that for us.
But
That's a very troll
however,
move
we
of
are
you.
tied at 28. Everybody.
All right.
Or
well,
Uncle Kevin, you can like turn it off and just listen to us. That's also
no,
the other
because
option there.
the goal is this is supposed to be a
Okay,
companion
well,
stream.
well,
Okay.
Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. Yeah, just back up 15 seconds. What he said.
Gosh darn it.
Apparently, I'm frustrated. Now, if you're Kansas State,
Not as frustrated as I am. Listen, what did we say earlier? There was 2 main themes. One was mistakes. We saw that on the pass interference call and the refs. Second, composure, QB battle. Max Duggan decided he wanted to show up. So now what can Will Howard do with the ball? They're probably going to get the ball, but start at the 25, and they're going to be off to the races. Listen, it's a 2-minute drill. Touchdown or field goal wins the game.
a team that had, with all 3 timeouts, a team that has led the FBS in comebacks all year long with 8, and led the FBS with second half comebacks with 5, does it again, ties the game, played sloppy. Max Duggan's legs come in huge on the last 2 drives, and we got 1:51 to go.
They will bring it short
They will
kick.
bring it out, short kick, and he's got a lane, and he's out to the
It's a
34-yard
good
line.
field to start with.
So TCU's defense, which has been maligned early in the season, okay middle, and good late in the season, now has to make one more stop to get their team the ball back. But Duggan was huge on that last drive with his legs, Simeon.
I think that ice in the veins is kind of what makes me think about it. And I don't know. I was surprised. I was honestly surprised to see this from Max Duggan. He looked rattled. He looked
This second down
shaken.
and 20 run,
Huge.
huge, because it could have gone negative. Meanwhile, Deuce Vaughn has the ball, going to bounce outside for a gain of, well, he stepped out of bounds, so it's going to be a gain of 5. It will be 2nd and 5. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Field goal wins the game. We are tied at 28. If you are just tuning into this live stream, everyone, we are watching the Big 12 title game between TCU, number 3 TCU, and number 10 K-State. Will Howard drops back in the pocket, looking wide open, and threw
Not
it
wide
out
open either.
out of bounds. Sorry, I thought Deuce Vaughn was wide open there just for a
but
second.
That's what he
It will
was
bring
aiming
up
for
3rd
him.
and 4 with 1:14 to go. Meanwhile, to clarify the MAC championship game, Toledo did end up winning 17-7
Yep.
and beat Ohio. So congratulations to Toledo, the MAC champions. But we got a game here. So keep your clicker right here. If you don't know, turn on your TV. Your feed probably will be about 15 seconds ahead of us. So just pause it for 15 seconds and then click back on. Here we go.
3rd and 4 at the 39.
I so bad. Never mind. Will Howard drops back, takes it, finds Deuce Vaughn, who's got a lane, but will pick up a 1st down into TCU territory at the 47-yard line, and now they're in business.
You need another 1st down in order to get into field goal range, most likely for your kicker.
Yes, you need a 1st down and 2 yardage. Will Howard back to pass, all day to throw. They rush 3, drop 8. Got a man behind, over, through RJ Garcia, who made a touchdown catch. Okay, Dr. Kevin, I don't need that. I don't need that, sir.
Keep trolling Micaiah, please. Because it's funny when Micaiah gets flustered.
So just the over the over the. Listen, I'm not really paying attention to the chat. I'm just bringing.
I
people
am
the
though, and I'm
best-
laughing.
the best comedy I can.
Commentation?
No, comedy and commentation.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a mix called comedy now. All right, TCU will bring extra pressure. Will Howard dropping, and has to throw it. They
That
tried
should be
to
a
set up a
flag.
screen. Deuce Vaughn's right there,
I
buddy.
see him. He looked far away from him though.
So, with 50 seconds left,
Third
it is third
and
and
10.
10.
Where is this ball? Is it over the 50? I forget.
Yes, it's at the. If you were paying attention to me earlier, it was.
Oh
at
my
the
gosh.
47
I have
yard
a
line.
30-year-old yelling in my ear, and I'm trying to pay attention to
What
the other
30-year-old is yelling in your
I'm
ear?
calling you old, basically.
I'm not 30 yet.
Yeah, not yet.
All right, it looks like TCU is going to rush 3,
And
drop 8,
timeout.
timeout K-State.
Yeah.
So it is at the 48-yard line. They need, again, about 12 yards to get into their kicker's field goal range. First down probably will let them attempt it. Going to be very interesting here. Can TCU's defense come up with a stop?
For those of you who care what other game is on, it's the Sun Belt Championship between Troy and Coastal Carolina.
Did you see their middle linebacker for Troy has an FBS record 567 career tackles?
He's going to be playing on Sunday.
Well, he's only 5'9", though. He's very tiny.
Doesn't matter. Dude who can find tackles should be playing on Sunday. It's like you said about Cade McNamara. You have a passing leader. Let the dude pass.
Yeah, but well, okay. So in college, yeah, I think he'll find a role on some Sunday. You are correct.
Yeah. And you don't need a very tall person in order to be a linebacker.
Well, to be a middle linebacker, yeah, but maybe
Okay,
if
so he can be an edge guy.
Safety hybrid, maybe. Here we go. 3rd and 10.
No, thank you.
Will Howard by himself. Deuce Vaughn is in the slot to Will Howard's left. Will Howard takes the snap, rush, throws, wide open, and it's off the fingertips of the K-State receiver. It is 4th and 10 with 45 seconds left. Simeon,
What are you doing here?
I think you have to punt this ball. Because if you don't and you don't get it, it's almost guaranteed a winning field goal. Right off the fingertips of Vaughn, it would have been a first down in field goal range for Kansas State.
I'm not sure what I would do here. They decide to punt it. That's fine. I'm okay with that.
Again, if you don't get it, it's almost guaranteed at least a game-winning field goal attempt by.
With this in the back of the end zone, you really don't care about placement here. Oh, wow. Okay. That works too, though. You're not going to be upset if you get good placement on it, though.
So here's the thing. You got the ball 6-yard line, 3 timeouts. It's same as at the end of the first half. You see what you can see.
Sure, 100%.
And
but this is probably going into overtime.
Again, you would think that, but crazier things have happened in college football, which is why college football is the best sport. Sorry, not soccer. So first player, Max Duggan, first player with 250 passing yards and 100 rushing yards in a conference championship game since 2015, and that would be the inappropriate massage receiver, Deshaun Watson himself. So again,
Propositioner, he hasn't necessarily received any of those.
Okay, well that's fair. So you see what you could see here. 1 first down gets it. Sonny Dykes is frustrated at some. Did they just have to call timeout? They did.
Yeah. Yeah, he clearly has some brush burns on his arm. Sorry, this is Max Duggan.
Max Duggan is tired. He's laying his heart and soul on the line.
Yeah.
If you're Max Duggan, what? Max Duggan had a 9-hour heart surgery 4 weeks before the season.
Well, we got to look that up.
Unbelievable. Simeon is looking this up. So you now have 2 timeouts on the 6-yard line. You just need to get in field goal range. They will apparently take a knee. And we are going to overtime.
Yep, I'm taking a look here. Max Duggan, in fact, he wasn't even supposed to be starting quarterback.
So we get free football. You get the 4th and 1 podcast live stream for another probably 30 minutes, if not more. I will explain all of college overtime for you in just a minute and how it's different from NFL overtime. For those of you who do not know, please stay with us. Please stay locked in because this is exciting. This is good stuff. This is as good as it gets. TCU wins. They are 100% in. K-State wins. They are going to the Cotton Bowl. Or the Sugar Bowl.
He had/has Wolf Parkinson's White syndrome.
Oh, okay.
It's possible how a pro surfer died. Surgery.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
K-State wins. They get a New Year 6. TCU wins. They're in. They lose. They might still be in depending on how the committee looks for it. Simeon.
Mm-hmm.
Great finish to the game.
Mm-hmm.
We're expecting it to be a great overtime.
Mm-hmm.
If you win the toss,
Take it.
you're taking it.
I'm taking it.
All righty. So you are putting on
Of either team. Specifically Kansas State, you've been able to score in these
red zone situation.
red zone situations. Your defense has shown up enough. It's really all about hype at this point.
All right. So Simeon would take it. I would defer and let my defense play first if you're TCU, your defense has played better in the fourth quarter.
This is my thought process. Offenses are naturally more shaky, shall we say, than defenses. I'm not disappointed in my defense if they let us score in. I'm disappointed in my offense if they let us score in, and then all the pressure goes on the defense. There's less pressure on the offense if you have to score first.
All righty. So, with that being said, college overtime rules are as follows. You start the ball at the 25-yard line, okay, going into score. So you're on the edge of the red zone to begin. Each team, no matter what happens, gets a chance to respond. So let's say Kansas State wins the toss. They start on the 25-yard line. Let's say they score a touchdown. TCU gets to start on the 25-yard line and has to answer to be able to go to second overtime. Say TCU or say Kansas State wins, kicks a field goal. If TCU then gets the ball back and scores a touchdown, game is over. At the start of second overtime, you must go for 2 after a touchdown. And at the start of third overtime, if it makes it that far, the ball is placed on the 2-yard line and it's alternating 2-point conversions. And that can kind of go on for a while. Penn State, Illinois had a 9 overtime game earlier this season. There was a 7 overtime game. So it's not the full overtime, but
Penn State, Illinois, is that the longest one?
a 9 overtimes, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That was last year.
It's going to be exciting. We'll see who wins the coin toss here. I got a text message
From CVS Pharmacy.
Jarvis Landry, who is one of my fantasy wide receivers, is healthy.
Oh, that's good. Stephon Diggs caught 1 touchdown and like 70 yards yesterday. Thursday. Yesterday was Friday.
All righty. So we are back from commercial breaks. Each team does have 1 timeout. Quentin Johnston is out there to call heads or tails along with Adrian Martinez for the Wildcats. All right. And now they actually have to explain the overtime rules because I guess these players don't know. I don't know why. But, it is what it is. So here we go. As soon as he tosses it, I will let you know who wins. For those of you not watching the game, or I'm sure Dr. Kev 1 could spoil it for us as he is ahead.
It's a very good point.
So, I like the coins where each team's emblem's on the side, and you just flip it. Whatever team's emblems comes up, that's who wins.
It's very easy.
Here we go. So Kansas State won and goes against what Simeon's recommendation is. No, okay, all right. And now Dr. Kev 1 is just trolling us in the trap, which is fine, so Kansas State wins the toss, elects to play defense first. The exhausted Max
I
Duggan.
appreciate that. I'm trying to think if a 4-point field goal is actually possible.
I don't think so. 100% do not think that is a real thing. 100%. That's not a real thing.
I don't think so. I'm 99.9%.
And I'm telling you, it's 100% not a real thing.
There's that one. What's that one thing that if you kick a field goal, you can kick like a placed field goal if it was a specific.
You can do a free kick.
Yeah, that one. It's like if you get. I forget what.
But it's still, that's not a 4-point field goal.
It's still 3 points.
Yeah, it's a 3-point field goal, and then you get it's if you kick off and call a fair catch, you can technically take a free kick from that spot, I think.
I'm gonna look that up then.
A drop kick.
No, you cannot get a 4-point field goal.
Yes, Dr. Kev 1, it would be considered a drop kick. If they drop kick it, you can call a fair catch and get a free kick from that point to try and make a field goal. Anyway, TCU is going to give it to Kendre Miller, who's going to bounce outside, bounce to the right, and get a first down, and is at the 10-yard line. It will be first and goal TCU. In overtime, I want a strong running game. I want to rely on that running game and not make my quarterback have to win it.
Sorry, I'm looking up a drop kick. Anyway,
All right, so I'm
no 4-point field goal. That was correct.
So here we go. Okay, second and it is first and goal from the K-State 10-yard line. Again, they started at the 25, so it was just a little 15-yard run there. Duggan shotgun. We'll give it to Kendre Miller again, who slips in the hole, but will get 4 yards. And it will be second and goal from the 6-yard line. Garrett Riley, brother of Lincoln Riley.
Thank you.
Is calling the plays for TCU. Second down. Max Duggan flanked by 2 running backs. Kendre Miller, one of them. They thought they had a free play. No flag is thrown. Duggan going to try to get the edge. Duggan has it.
That's
Stretches.
a touchdown. Oh, they're going to call him
Mark
down.
him short at the half-yard line. It will be third and goal from the half-yard line for TCU.
Dude's giving everything. Let's hope his heart doesn't blow up.
Okay. I mean, yes, let's hope that, but why even say it?
I doubt his heart's going to blow
replay
up.
Stretches. Whoa,
That's a touchdown.
That looks like that might be a tutty. They will have to review this.
I think you give him the touchdown for effort.
So, are they going to review this?
No.
Now they're under center.
There
and
it
they
is.
will review this. They will review this, so it will probably stand to be third and goal from about the half-yard line. I am not a fan of, I know people aren't a fan of when it's 4th and 1, 3rd and 1 and short, you get in the shotgun, which is, 5
that's
yards
stupid.
and run it. But when that's all your offensive line is used to, don't get under center and then run because that's what the teams know you're going to do.
I mean, the Bush push worked.
Well, then you better do a Bush push situation here.
Maybe that's what they're going to do. You're not their dad.
It's a spread offense in Garrett Riley's system, which is basically Lincoln Riley's system.
No, what
I know
I'm saying-
exactly what they're going to do.
When I'm saying, no, we both know what they're going to do, but it could be just the RB power with the fullback,
Correct.
or
but
it
then
could be a
do that
QB
from the
snick, a QB snick with the Bush push.
I'm okay if you want to do a QB sneak with a Bush push, or in this case, a
You still
Miller
ha-
push.
Yes.
It's Miller time. But I'm saying that if your offense is used to running from the shotgun, run from the shotgun.
They're calling him short.
So the ball right now, it's like a full yard, but what it's going to end up being is a 6-inch to go situation.
Mhm.
based on where right now they spotted a full yard short, but he is like 3 inches short, ladies and gentlemen. So in this case, I would do a quarterback sneak.
Troy
Just
just scored
touchdown.
another touchdown.
So Troy, in what is the Sun Belt Championship, is now up 10-0
over Coastal Carolina. Good for them.
The former coach of Troy is Neil Brown, who is the coach at West Virginia, who I'm surprised was not fired.
Yeah, they extended him actually.
Oh, they extended him.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they must have seen what they like. For those of you who's still with us, all 4 of you, thank you for being with us.
I'm gonna go get more food.
You better hurry.
The review's gonna take forever.
Yeah, the review's gonna come right back here in a minute, and you're gonna miss it. Okay, so you just have to put up with me, ladies and gentlemen, until he comes back. Lot on the line. We've already covered it. I've covered it ad nauseum. I bet everyone else does not want me to cover it more. So I will just leave it be. Again, I think the ball will be respot about at the 3-inch line, at most the half-yard line. And I think you go with the quarterback sneak with a fullback running back a la Philadelphia Eagles short goal line situation here. My throat is hoarse. I don't know how these play-by-play guys do it week in, week out. Maybe lots of experience.
Yeah, lots of experience, lots of practice.
But
I have a lot of research and cheat sheets on the team. I mean, they're only doing this for one game, right? And they know what game they're getting every week. So they're able to train for it and prep for it.
I was more just saying from my hoarse voice.
Well, they also don't yell as much as you do.
Well, that is on them then, because yelling
It's
should
fun.
always happen.
Yelling should always happen.
Well, when things
Put it on a
exciting
t-shirt.
happen on a 2nd and 20, when Max Duggan rolls to his left and runs for 40 yards, that should be exciting. And that does need an elevation in octave of the voicular area.
Well, I mean,
Those
Chris
are-
Fowler does do that. Here we go.
So instead of the ball being at the 1-yard line, it's inside the 1-yard line. It is confirmed short. Right now, it's at the 1-yard line. Again, I think that this is at the 6-inch line. Let's see where they put it, though. We are
Also,
in,
I just realized it's basically a home game for TCU.
yeah, but more Kansas State fans showed up. So they
Interesting.
moved the ball about 6 inches. It is at the half-yard line. So we got about 1.5 feet to go. I'm doing 2 quarterback sneaks.
Yeah, I think that's the move.
Here we go. We are in first overtime. K-State does get a chance to answer as covered. Here we go. I'm sure Uncle Kevin already knows the result. They will give it to Miller, who will pound and reach and fight and wind up short. You go for this, Sim?
Yeah, you have to. What am I going to do? Kick a field goal?
You quarterback. Well, first of all, you could have quarterback sneaked it right here.
We both
off
agree
to the
on
left
the
side.
On the play that they should have done. They also could have done the Philly special for all that I care.
Oh, no, that's a touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. He was laying on top, extended the football. That's a touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. They should review this. This might be a touchdown based on review. It's a great overhead shot. Right there, that's a touchdown. The ball does come loose. Roberto seems to think that he also broke the plane.
Sorry, I'm hungry. I'm eating. I mean, we're just waiting, right?
Yeah. So even the guys on, for those of you who don't have the television on, the rules analysis for ESPN says that the ball crossed the plane and that's a touchdown. He's laying on top of people. Right there. That's a touchdown.
I think that's a TD. I think they're going to have to call that a touchdown. Good effort by the running back there.
So a lot of this will go to review. He also fumbled the foot. If he's not down, he also fumbled the
should
football.
Be currently being reviewed, actually.
So he does end up with he fumbles the ball, ends up back with the football. So we'll have to see what replay does here.
I'm very interested. You can tell by the tone of my voice.
So if it is within inside the 1 yard line, I think you got to go for this.
As they should have the time before. Should have QB sneaked it.
And for those of you who don't know, we are waiting for a Kansas State injury. That has cleared.
Big dude. Big man, too.
Big nose tackle was cleared.
Duke has a big nose.
Here. That's what I was picking at. All right. Duke is now interested in Simeon's food.
Per usual.
All right. So they're not going to review it. It's 4th and goal.
There we go.
They'll give it to Kendre Miller, who is stopped short. Again, under center. You take a shotgun running team and you put them under center and they don't know what to do. You got to go from the shotgun there. If you run 90% of your plays from the shotgun, it's live and die from the shotgun. They ran it off to the left. They did not get it.
No, he didn't get it. He wasn't even close.
He wasn't even anywhere close.
You know, here's the funny thing. It's 2 Big 12 championships in a row that were decided at the half-yard line.
Why not either quarterback sneak it with Duggan or let him or do a QB power?
I'm not running the same play twice in a row.
Or run a QB power from the shotgun with Duggan. This game's not over. So K-State still tied. Field goal wins it.
Why wouldn't you just kick a field goal right here?
In case you miss it. They do give it to Vaughn on a sweep. Vaughn inside the 20. Vaughn down to the 11-yard line. I'm sorry, 16-yard line.
So what happens if you miss it? You win. You kick it. You win. You miss it. You go into second overtime.
So it is second down and 1. So at this point, with what appears to be a either 6-point or 3-point loss, as Vaughn will get it and get a first down, and it is now at the 14-yard line, so first down. I think TCU is in at this point in time. So you're just keeping this on the ground 4 times to Deuce Vaughn. If you somehow get a touchdown, you get a touchdown. If not, you kick a field goal, you win your Big 12 champs.
I would already kick the field goal.
Simeon would have already kicked a field goal. They gave it to Vaughn. Vaughn is wrapped up after a gain of 1, so it'll be 2nd and 9.
Also, I'm running these in the middle of the field so that the ball is placed in the middle of the field.
Right for a straight-on kick.
Mm-hmm. Well, unless my kicker likes kicking it from a hash. He might.
Yeah, you don't know them.
I don't know. Zentner. That's what it looked like.
I don't believe he's missed a kick all year either.
You know who else hasn't missed a kick all year?
I don't know. So it is quarterback power with Will Howard. He is down to the 10-yard line. Now, again, this is 3rd down. As Simeon said, they are currently on the left hash.
Mm-hmm.
So the hashes are wider in college, which makes it a little more difficult. I'm going to guess on a 3rd and 6, they're going to run Deuce Vaughn back to the right, get this in the middle of the field, and kick a game-winning field goal.
I concur with that.
Again, we have seen crazier things happen.
I was born. You are correct. Surrender Cobra.
So here we go. Under center. They're going to slide to the right, put it in the middle of the field, take a knee. So it's a loss of 3 on the play technically. And it comes down to the right leg, I'm assuming, of K-State's kicker, who is a perfect 8 for 8 since he took over on October 29th with a long of 53. This is money for him.
Ty Zentner is probably how you actually pronounce it. Where's that clip?
I don't know. Oh, you're sitting on it. So, Ty Zentner, 31-yard attempt. TCU out of timeouts for the win. Up and down the middle. Kansas State, Big 12 champions. TCU's got to wait until tomorrow at noon to see if they're in the college football playoff.
Congratulations to Kansas State. Obviously, TCU played their heart out, so I'm not upset. Awesome. Good job, KSU. I think Sonny Dykes almost just got hit in the face by a TCU player, by a Kansas State player. I think Sonny Dykes was the coach of the year, in my opinion, by the results that he got. Micaiah, do you agree, wrapping up here, that this is we already know who's going into the playoff?
In my mind, with a close loss, absolutely.
Especially in overtime?
In overtime, TCU, you were 6 inches away. And again, if you give Garrett Riley a redo there, I'm sure he's running quarterback power or quarterback sneak, at least on third down. I think the top 3 are set. With a close loss, I don't think you can drop. Definitely, you can't drop TCU out of number 4. I don't think you can drop TCU in a conference championship game below Ohio State at this point.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to see how the rest of the day plays out. You and me both believe that Georgia and Michigan will kind of pour it on late and win both handily. So it's going to be very interesting. Great job, K-State. They will be in a New Year's 6. TCU probably, again, we both believe will be in a college football playoff. So I don't think there's much else to say.
No, I just think it's going to be it for the championship weekend. 4th and run, again, Kansas State and Toledo win their conference. Up next, you got the American, and right now on is the Sun Belt as well. So that's going to do it for me, Fancy Trash Can.
And that will do it for me, Captain Boring. Go Blue. Wash your hands, you filthy animals. Brand new episode next Friday, 6 a.m. There is one that just came out yesterday, so go listen to that, and we'll see you next Friday, everyone.
Peace.